Right, so here's the seed that I ran against Paratroopa a couple of nights ago. And I'm pretty sure this was on, this was on the Saturday. We're on Tuesday right now, so... Yeah, 3 days ago, thanks. 3 days ago, I ran this seed against Paratroopa, which turned out to be such a disaster. I guess as you can tell by the length of the stream, 2 hours 44 minutes. This seed was such a disaster that I actually had to just make a copy of the VOD on my own channel just to, like, immortalize it forever. I kind of also want to see, like, the entire, like, 2+ hour VOD. And yes, it did in fact take me, like, over 2 hours to beat a Zelda 2 randomizer. See, this doesn't happen anymore. It literally took me over 2 hours to beat this one. And just let that say everything.
Welcome to
right
our
here.
Zelda 2 random
that basically says it all.
tournament.
Spent 2 hours on one seed.
Between levelengine and Paratroopa. I am Animus United. I will be your restreamer and tracker, and I'm going to hand it off to Krista Joy and D. Rossi, who will be commentating this match today.
Hey everyone.
Rossi. Oh man, I am so stoked to be doing commentating work with you.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I know. We haven't been reunited since the SMB3 days. Woo!
And that's been a while too.
I know, man. And what better to watch than an excellent matchup here. We have two very experienced runners, Power Level Engine and Level 7.5's worst edition, the Paratroopa. And
plus I literally only realized just now that I was accidentally streaming to Twitch and not YouTube.
Error.
How do you know it's error and not
It took me like
Bagu?
4 minutes to actually catch on.
Bagu is slimmer. There we go.
Subtle differences.
Yeah, just
Dang,
like...
though, those Dyra's only giving 30 XP. That is annoying.
Not only that, this is vanilla.
I think I can make this a little bigger.
Hey, hard container to start us off. In Magic Container Cave. Hey, speaking of vanilla, I'm guessing you're kind of hoping for a required River Devil?
Absolutely. River Devil is the greatest NPC in the Zelda franchise. And, you know, the River Devil's best friend is always, you know, required because of Three-Eyed Rock. So...
Whoa, here is a glove right off the bat in Trophy Cave.
The glove showed up pretty much immediately, but do not let that fool you.
Yes, Tingle is the second greatest.
I didn't actually see what spell it's going to be here in Rauru, did you? Oh, jump, okay. We'll take that.
Which is perfect considering that we have not seen, you know, Nito nor Darunia. So you'll be able to get the best stab, which is down stab, and that bootleg third-rate stab, the up stab.
Impressive when there are only 2 stabs that it could be third-rate.
Well, you have your regular stab.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, what's your ranking? Down stab, regular stab, up stab?
Yes. Up stab is, like I said, that cousin you'd never invite to your parties. So, Mirai is being pessimistic, and I love it. And let's see what free spell we're getting. Up stab is not the best stab. It is not. That is shenanigans. Absolute
I'm having a lot of trouble just fixing the size on this stuff here.
Ooh, Para takes a death there in Trophy Cave. Good thing she got the one up, right?
I'm trying, though.
Yes,
I'm definitely
Watch
trying.
that Moa. Yeah, there you go. Taking care of the Moa is much more helpful.
Epic name, bro. The only reason Upstab saved you was because Well,
Wow, look at how horribly low these enemies rolled for experience. Okay, that Guerrilla in the pass-through cave left 30, but the one Para just took down left 5.
yeah. To answer chat, Irene, Top Life is the one who is the Yoshi fanatic. Anything Top Life plays, be it Z2, Z3, it is always a Yoshi sprite.
No doubt Yoshi sticks out his tongue to attack.
Yes, it does. It's the cutest thing. It's like he can't eat anything, so, he put spikes on his tongue and said, take that instead.
Which means at full power, he shoots tongues, I guess, right?
Yes,
Oh, boy.
absolutely.
Also,
And it
we
looks-
have... Oh, sorry, you were saying?
No. I bet you were about to say it.
Oh, no, that we have P4 here in Paratroopa Desert.
Yep.
So probably not gonna dive that at these stats and no reflect.
No, absolutely not. Plus, usually our runners do like to have a key in hand, or at least know that keys are in the drop pool, so they tend to will look for the magic key, or what people call the any key. And on Level Engine's side, did you see the River Devil's best friend?
Yeah, flute at Stonehenge. Does that mean it becomes extra active on the solstice?
Yes, absolutely. And if you toot it on the right day, in the right circumstances, you will be blessed with the River Devil. And we have Rudo locking the spell. So that's going to be the trophy that's going to be needed.
Yeah, probably not in a huge rush to find that.
Well,
Fine,
you
I guess just put it
never
like
know.
that.
The spell tower is a great spot. Oh, Irene is making sure that I play these punishment seeds. Yes, I will play the River Devil sprite. I promise. And
Wow.
a very generous key bag.
Yeah.
That drop was lucky.
Bag. That gets us a nice attack level.
Absolutely. And, one thing about Level Engine loves, I call him Power Level Engine because he loves to put everything into attack. And then once it gets high enough, then he's going to split that up among magic and life. And that's why we call it power leveling. It's like wearing the power glove.
Speaking of magic, you can only just barely cast jump at Magic 1 with 4 magic bars.
Well, that's Animus's way of putting in quality control to make sure that there's no jump abuse.
This West Hyrule is so vanilla, it's ridiculous.
So yeah, in case you couldn't tell, we got Vanilla
The
West
towns
on our
have been
seed to
vanilla,
start.
The spells haven't, the enemies have been shuffled, the palaces are shuffled, but everything else is really vanilla. I mean, why didn't Era go visit Bagu there just for good measure, since we're gonna have to go through Saria, right?
Yeah, Level Engine is like, I'll just find a way to just extend jump. Maybe equip a P-Wing and call it a day, Drosy.
So yeah, when it comes to a seed like this, when you get a Vanilla West, depends on what few items you're given to start with. You could find yourself with very few options and very few shortcuts
Played one of my seeds.
early on in the
Jump
game, and
ain't
just not have
castable.
much choice as to what you want to do. Also depends on
And we have
where
another
that
heart
one
container
cave
for leveling.
you might have only the one cave you might have access to that gets you off the west takes you.
Given,
You might be
that
really
Level
limited
Engine
with
is
what you
sticking
can
to
do.
Life 2 right now, probably not a bad thing.
Seen Level Engine carry Life 2 to GP.
Okay,
Well-
now are you gonna visit Bagu while, Para's already there?
No, it's actually not. For those in chat that are thinking this is 01, Level Engine actually had a buy, so that's a guaranteed automatic win.
Yeah, but this is Level Engine's first match of the tournament.
Yes.
And pretty soon, things start to get rough.
Para is up against some tough competition, but never count Para out herself. You know, very experienced runner, and I've seen that Simon Belmont sprite, you know, just lay the smack on enemies. So I'm rooting.
If you've really seen like exactly how this seed has played
Can
out so
Level Engine
far.
actually visit Bagu?
So far, all signs
don't
pointing
think I
to
saw
the
him
connector cave
go.
on the
I
other
feel
side
like
of
he just kept
Saria.
skipping it.
So far, all signs point there is
You
the only
know-
like current option that we have at the moment.
I think he did, but because Era and Bagu are literally twinsies, and you know, you're getting Fairy right here. 'cause
Yeah,
Saria
well, he
has
didn't
Fairy.
know he was gonna get Fairy. He doesn't know if he has enough magic to cast Fairy. 111. No, it's gonna be a while before he can cast Fairy.
Oh, I
Yep.
am so proud of Animus for rolling this. High magic cost. I love it. High spell cost. This is great.
And low experience. Yeah, a lot of the enemies also roll relatively
yeah,
low
unless
experience
we
as well.
grind a bit,
That
we are
also not
not
helping my
crossing this
case.
path with Fairy.
Or Para's case.
No. So it's just like, you know, having the contact and saying, I know Bagu. I know people, Drossi. I know people. So you best to open this bridge now.
Okay, well, this incredibly linear seed, I'm guessing this is gonna take us to Death Mountain, though you never know. Yep, we do have a randomized Death Mountain, though.
Hi, Faro, but I'm watching the VOD from my match against Para that I did 3 days ago.
Layout is just ew. And we see
So, yes, that connector cave on the other side of Saria takes you to Death Mountain. So you would either have to orient your way through Death Mountain, or you would have to just opt to go through one of the available palaces, one of which you cannot kill the boss since you're missing Reflect, with the fairy spell, assuming you can actually start casting it and get your magic level high enough.
Spec Rock just chilling.
But Mariah's already told us we're not getting a hammer until the 45-minute mark.
Yeah, and Mariah is a guru.
Yeah, so
which
it's as I
means that,
feared.
you know,
Very few
imagine
options, and none of them are any
needing to
good.
double dip Death Mountain. Oh, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Oh, is that what the Magic 8 Ball said? Oh, man. Spot on.
Para
We'll go
also
spot on.
seeing that she is not going to be casting Fairy anytime soon.
And of course, we have
Nope.
no candles, so have to just kill these
So
enemies in
any
the
hope
dark,
of using Fairy to dip into
making
a
it
palace,
significantly harder
not
already.
happening, brah. It's not.
So, Level, you might want to be careful on your last life because it's a bit of a hike back here.
Yeah, and the Feraligators and the Gorias are just not, you know.
And not to
Taking
mention with a
prisoners.
seed like this, with the Vanilla West and you don't have the hammer, it can also just tend to be a real hike to get back to the place where you died to just tries to unlock stuff from there again.
I think Para may also be on her last life, I'm not sure.
This looks like Hammer Cave.
Yeah, when it comes to like very strictly linear seeds, the trek back to like where you die can also
we're
just
not
start to
making
like
fun
take
of my
lots of
accent,
time.
Okay, I sound like a very well-spoken person, not from New York.
Level Engine
This is a
realizing
red
that
Dyra.
he is in trouble, and he obeys.
Who takes the last of my health?
Oh,
On
we
my
didn't
last
get to
life.
see what was in Hammer Cave.
He also just lost a lot of experience in the process, too, because he was saving it all for attack.
That hurts. That absolutely hurts.
Yeah, when a seed starts to become about as difficult as this, trying to just pile all the experience onto attack at the expense of lower life and magic
we have not yet
levels
seen what palace
starts to
is at
seem
the
less and
Swamp
less
Palace
desirable.
location.
It just becomes way
No.
more difficult to actually pull it off.
And here we go with the big walk of shame, Drosy.
Yeah, harder, like, case scenarios
Yeah, I
include
mean,
just having to fight
this
your way
is giving
through Death
Para a
Mountain with
chance
no
to build up a
candles,
lead
so
here.
being in the dark there.
Yeah, because they're basically similar in
Oh, right,
stats
Pirates in
right
Death
now,
Mountain.
with 323 on level side and 324 on Paris side. Level said, might as well. It's not like I'm gonna come back here again, even
Oh, never
though
mind.
there's
She
no
got a game over
hammer
too.
and Spec Rock might be, you know, a thing.
I mean, chat is discussing the name of Swamp Palace. I guess technically it's Midoro Palace, but no one calls it that.
Another reason I want to rewatch the VOD was definitely out of curiosity to see exactly, like, what sort of route Para took, and, like, if at any point she might have been, like, ahead of me, because, I mean, the fact that it took me, like, 2 hours to do this seed says a lot just about how slow it was. I averaged about, like, 75 minutes on a
Para's
seed,
making
give or
for
take.
P4. Interesting. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, because I personally wouldn't go to P4. I mean, I don't have a key. I guess if you're going item hunting, but you really don't want to dip P4 unless you have to. You know?
I mean, we don't exactly have a castable fairy spell.
So that's why I'm actually starting to question the play now that I have thought about it. So Para is opting to go to Palace 4. She has no reflect spell, nor do I, so the only thing to realistically do in Palace 4 is to look for the item and hope it's something like the hammer to just try and basically open up more of West Hyrule and just also access some shortcuts. But problem is, she's gonna have to rely on random key drops. Or to just not run into too many locked doors.
It does put the palace in logic. The game just expects you to have fairy. It could force a grind.
But then again, like, when it comes to item rooms,
and
you're also guaranteed to just have to deal with one locked door in the item room, so...
I love that. But
I'm definitely wondering the rationale behind this play.
As Animus was saying, imagine if the hammer is in 4.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, you should be forced to use up at least one key in a palace, minimum, to get said palace's item. Because just about every item room I see, like, there's a locked door just blocking off the item.
It would be absolutely amazing.
Para cannot use fairy.
And imagine
oh, there's a spare key, by the way. So technically she could theoretically get the item.
In P4, so that will help Para advance.
Yeah, those dead end rooms can have spare keys lying around, so that's an option. Or enemies can drop them if you're lucky. Can't reach that, though.
We don't have up stab to get that key.
Actually,
See,
no.
the third-rate stab could actually have gotten us something.
Wait, actually with jump? You could jump at those blocks in such an angle.
Here. That third rate.
Actually, just let me back this up a bit. So, power went down, that went right. We both have to have the jump spell. That's how we got to, like, Death Mountain and whatnot, so... Pretty sure, like, if you just jump at these blocks and just hit one of them at a very precise angle, you can actually break that one, though. Upstep, if you got the jump spell, which Para does. And we both have the glove, also.
Don't have upstab to get that key. See, the
you could get that key,
stab
technically.
could actually have gotten us something.
Only with the jump spell, though.
We don't talk about that stuff over here.
And keep jumping and swinging at those blocks until you somehow hit one of them with some precise angle. She could have gotten that.
I mean, we may have to start taking magic levels to make fairy castable.
Aaron, you're banned. You are banned from the Z2 community. Up stab is the third best stab. It is the trash can stab.
People just really getting bodied by those Dairas.
Yeah. For alligators, you know, they love to chomp on you. Literally.
Oh yeah, meanwhile, I'm back in Death Mountain going for that item again, hoping it's something
so
huge
far,
like the hammer.
so good in terms of exploration until you actually take a lava bath.
Yeah, because if we can unblock that West Continent, well, if we can unblock the whole West Continent and get to Mito, then we can just easily get the down stab, and that'll help a lot with combat.
So where was Hammer Cave?
A lot of what I was thinking was hoping to find the hammer early and then
was-
just go for that down stab immediately after.
Was in, let's see.
Because I would have thought Level would want to work his way back there. I mean,
I am in Hammer Cave.
though I guess to, you know, meet Mirai's requirement, it'll have to take us another half hour to get through Hammer Cave, right? To find our vanilla hammer.
Now he's actually in part of Hammer Cave. So he will hopefully get to it, get to the item, but our Feraligatr team is chomping at the bits and they want an Era
Ouch.
Nom Nom sandwich, which is exactly what they got. And on Paratroopa's
Is this the
side,
item room here?
oh no.
No.
Other than
And Power's out of
Power's got
keys.
Game Over, which takes her kind of farther away from the item room. Oh, she didn't even do a continue. She's just... I don't know, what's she gonna do from here?
The door didn't open, so obviously I assume
Well-
she has out of keys.
Honestly, at this point, you do a lot of cave exploration. Level should take that key.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised she just kind of left the key.
Well, you know, I guess Level Engine is hoping. He's like, you know what? Magic 3 is going to let Fairy be castable. And you know what? We're going to get a big nah. Nah.
Oh good, just a marble in here where there could have been a Daira. Can we survive to see the item? And maybe get the item?
And it's the boots. The only problem is, you know, what hurts
Completely
me the
useless
most?
in Vanilla West Hyrule?
Yeah, Vanilla
There
West
is.
Hyrule has no tiles you can walk on with the boots that you can't
But-
otherwise.
you know, at least you have some, you know, air Ganons. and who wouldn't want to wear air Ganons?
We
I
love
mean,
you,
come on.
Krista.
It's
We
the
really do.
footwear that the pros wear. Except Animus, because he's an upstab lover.
Maybe Level Engine can show off his air gannons if we find some coastline here in Death Mountain.
Yes, and Paratroopa is spanking everybody with the whip. They're not air Hercs. No, Hercules has no air Hercs. No, no. The Ganon, while he was in the desert all that time, he decided to fashion some footwear. And, you know, that was the true reason Link took him out. Because he was jealous of Ganon's footwear business. I'm telling you. Put your aluminum foil hats on, because you know it's
Dead
absolutely one
Dang.
of the many theories that go in the Zelda community.
And meanwhile, we find a dead end! Yay! Gotta backtrack, and we're on our last life with 1 bar of life left. This is just great. Para, meanwhile, also not feeling very healthy. Though, since she did recently game over, I think she's still on 3 lives.
That's a
there's
game
our
over.
last life.
Yeah, who rolled this? Yes, exactly, Irene. Ganondorf has fabulous hair. every one of the Gerudos, they dress to impress. Of course, Link being the fairy boy from the forest, he did not have anything but a fairy that would go, hey, listen, hey, listen. No, you know he wanted Ganon's thunder. That's exactly what it is.
So do we think Level Engine is grinding now, as Para hopefully will survive long enough to get her boots?
Yes, everyone wants some air Ganons.
The other thing, of course, is we have no idea where the other exit from Death Mountain is or where it leads.
Well, maybe Para will find the answer.
And we were also so tantalizingly close to the item in P4, and maybe that's our progression. Maybe going through Death Mountain isn't our immediate progression. Maybe the hammer was just sitting there a few feet away from Para and we don't know.
You know, the best thing that could happen to Para right now is for a key to be Caldera.
So yeah, at this point, Para has made more progress going through Death
Did
Mountain,
you see
trying
that beautiful
to
Caldera,
find the right half
Drosy?
of it than I had.
Whoa! How did we
Interesting
get
to
here?
see her get here, like, significantly before me.
Oh, I guess this is just part of Death Mountain?
Yeah, it's a Caldera Death Mountain.
Well, we
Once
could
I
use the
saw
boots
that-
there, right?
See, this is why I always want to nerf boots. You
Of
know?
course, if we can find the other exit of Death Mountain, that will also get us Nito and Downstab.
If said exit puts you back in the west.
Just worth noting.
Once we saw the hot springs, Patrick, we already knew that that was a caldera. Absolutely.
Yeah, the other exit in Death Mountain could also spit you out in the eastern Maze Island, thus opening up more of the sea to actually explore.
Everything just hurts. And you know, it's a rough seed when you see Level Engine go to life 4. Level rarely does that. Everything always goes
True.
to attack.
And
fairies, it's still not cast.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We're getting close. If we can find another magic jar, we can cast Fairy.
With a hope and a prayer, I hope I can cast Gary, you know.
Meanwhile,
Yay! Fairy down to its vanilla value of 40.
there I was just
Very
grinding
castable
levels trying to get
once.
magic high enough so Fairy would be castable, because my next move was going to be to just go into palaces and look for progression there. Preferring to actually be able to find my enemies not in the dark so I can see them.
Had when they, you know, when she went through that P4 and got hit by that locked door.
Well, it looks like Level Engine is actually going to show us what palace is in the swamp.
That is.
Yeah, this
if
Death Mountain looks
Level
particularly
Engine
nasty with no
makes
boots
it.
to just walk on the coastline.
Because these moblins are playing ping pong with Level Engine.
Also, there was that bridge on Para's
So here we
side
go.
that we could
Ooh,
see, but she
306.
couldn't reach. And no cave pointing directly to, like, the area with...
Let's
And now
see.
Para's back to being further away from... Oh, no, please, that's probably not the right way. That would be, like, ideally the best way to
And
go,
see,
to
if
try and
Level
reach that
had
bridge.
taken that key, Drosy.
Yeah, he wouldn't be using up all his magic.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Just asking myself exactly how you get through these
We have some pretty
caves.
decent amounts
that bridge.
for the red knuckles.
So did
Not to
Para
mention
just
these
get-
guys here.
Boots? No, she went in and then came back out.
Yeah, not to mention these Doom Knockers on my
Yeah.
end just are refusing to die. Taking more hits than it's
You-
worth
The
to actually
Doom
go
Knockers
through the
rolled
trouble and
low on
kill them.
experience just like everything else around here.
Yeah, at least the red knuckles gave 100.
Oh,
But
speaking of
I
which,
think what Level is going to do right now is just take a sort of tactical death. Because, Level was knocking on death's door anyway. Trooper's just lost in Death Mountain.
and got excruciatingly close to that bridge to potentially just unblock more of the seed
Lucky
by
to
giving her
find
more,
the one up, but
more area to actually explore.
I think Paratrooper is just lost. Meanwhile, Era is trying to duke it out and not going very well in the duke off.
Who rolled this seed anyway? Oh yeah, it was Animus.
Yeah, that upstab lover. Yuck. See, this is how you know that it's gonna be cursed. Yes, Animus, your seeds are the best though. I'll give you that. You roll some great ones. We just have to tell you that downstab is the way. Downstab is better than upstab. So, how you downstab? And it
Is
looks
Tara
like
just totally lost now? I sure
Yes.
don't know where she is. Oh, but we actually have found water here.
Item
so
room
that
on my
could be
end.
useful with the boots for getting
Whichever
around.
palace this is, it's either 3 or
yeah,
6.
but unfortunately, no
I've isolated
boots.
the item. Though I'm dying on purpose to be able to just respawn with enough magic to actually pass the locked door in here.
Now we're gonna see
Pea
the
bag.
item, which is nothing but a disappointing pea bag.
Well, this Palace of Mystery that is either 3 or 6 is not the answer.
Nope.
Then I go back in to attempt to look
It
for the
just
boss.
gave you a big fat denial.
Which seriously may not have been the best idea, given my low stats and lack of downstab.
And an unfortunate bit of information for Paratroopa is that Maze Island is boots locked.
Yeah, Paratroopa has the information about the bridge and no boots. Level Engine
seriously
has
locked?
the boots and no information about the bridge. Isn't it great?
I would have never imagined that it was outright boots locked.
It's probably
Really, then?
the way. I don't see that leading anywhere. You think it goes to the East Animus?
Okay, now I'm sort
I'm
of starting to
think
see
Mirai
like
was too
how
optimistic
we
about
didn't
when
like
the runners will find the hammer.
drift too far apart from one another in terms of pace. Yeah, Power
It's
getting
probably
stuck with no
sitting right
boots
there in
and
P4.
me getting stuck with just being on the wrong track.
I'm
just
actually
trying to do
wondering why
balances.
Level Engine has decided to do this P3 or 6 rather than check the item in P4.
Why?
Unfortunately, it looks like Paratroopa may also be going for this palace in the swamp. And she now has Magic 4, which makes Fairy castable.
Dead end. And then I just go back to look for either a key or maybe some enemies that drop a lot of experience or something. I mean, there's a reason I'm going down this dead end. I want something. Maybe that key.
This palace is like Doomknocker Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to mention this palace was definitely a really pain in the ass to just
So
try
what
and
do we
get
think
through
of
with 4
Floors
levels and
next,
no
and
downstab.
hope it might help you actually beat enemies in a reasonable amount of time?
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, making sure we're still alive. I'm guessing I just get stopped here by this guy.
All right.
Or that.
Prediction is up. Will we see the hammer before 45 minutes?
Another
Or
blue
will
rabbit
Mirai
act.
be right with 45 plus?
And I'm not exactly equipped to take on, as you can see. I gave it a try, but it didn't work.
I just want to see someone go back into P4. Is that too much to ask?
Yep.
I'm
Maybe
pretty sure that's what I'm
levelengine
doing
finally
next.
doing.
I remembered going into, like, Palace 4 right after that, and just giving up on whichever boss was in the palace I was just in. I'm guessing Para didn't even get to the bag. That ultimately won't help. Don't want to double dip P4 typically because, yeah, going into Palace 4 with the knowledge already that if I find the boss I'm just straight up not killing because I have no reflect, but it's either that or throwing myself into Death Mountain in the dark. Not knowing exactly where I'll need to be going to make progress, but knowing I'll have to just fight stuff in the dark.
Well, Mirai,
Typically
you
undesirable.
could technically gamble on your own prediction because, you know, it means you back what you say.
Now, I forget what route Para took to get to the item room here.
No. Paratroopa's back in Saria.
I mean, Paratroopa kind of needs to get those boots at some point.
Meanwhile,
That
looking at
does seem
Palace
to be
4
our likely
for
progression,
progression.
since she did find her way to the water in Death Mountain.
Aaron is just mean. Aaron wrote that he hopes no one finds the hammer. Yikes.
Yeah, this fight against this blue skeleton knight goes
It's
wrong
having
because
a very tough time.
yeah, that fight went really badly.
I love this enemy set. Like everything has been just a pain train.
Yeah,
And, you know,
the runners are getting slammed around. No two ways
yeah.
about it.
And this is great for Team Pain Train.
And how many hits does the Stalfos Knight take?
Yes, Animus. You're not gonna butter me up that way. No, it's
Oh,
Paul.
Karok was in that
Karok.
room. I saw
Can't beat
curtains.
Karok, but we found Karok.
So, like, I'll know where to go when I actually have reflect.
Oh, now we're in. If you look, Drosy,
Assuming I remember the way.
Parasite, that's part of Hammer Cave.
Oh yes, Para is there. She just needs to survive long enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what I try and do
Level
here.
Engine is trying to grind out
4 more
the
experience!
next level, which he is 4 XP away from. Ooh,
I
Para,
try,
you're
though.
down to your last life. You do not want a game. Oh no, you're still on the first screen too?
Right, so we have
Still
triple
with that
fours
dire on
going
the
on
way.
Parasite. You know, very smart move before you up A, because that's just too much to give.
Oh
Especially
my god, come on,
considering
Para.
everything
Oh
hurts.
shit. Come on, Para. Oh
Or as
boy.
REM would say, everybody hurts. Sometimes.
I know. And the thing is, right now, I was with my family earlier, so that's why
Just ferry through it.
my
Ferry through the
voice
red dial was
sounds the
another
way it
place you
does
gotta
right
take
now.
him.
When you go native, and I swear I sound like I'm straight out of Brooklyn. Oh my god, it's hard to do REM. Normally I could, but you know when you go.
Okay, Para
Everybody
gets the
heard
boots.
sometime, but it would probably
Barely, though,
end up
but
coming
made it.
up with some weird, you know, Tony Soprano does Christopher Walken impersonation, and I don't think anyone needs to hear that.
Hey, did you see what Para just did?
Yeah.
She's got the air Gannons. Now she just needs to find her way back to the water, and maybe she can hit the bridge, and maybe someday we can find a hammer that means we don't have to go all the way through Death Mountain again.
Or all the way through Jump Cave to try Death Mountain again.
Absolutely.
Jeez, those Stalfos Knights are still crazy at Attack 4.
I'd like to think that it's in P4. I think that would be
Okay, now that I remember I did
absolutely
find this item in
hilarious.
4.
Which means that Level Engine should find it before 45 minutes. We hope. And on Paratroopa side,
my
we got
goodness.
Dora the Explorer action going on.
It's interesting, the blue Stalfos Knights are like impossible, but red Iron Knuckles are only 3 hits.
Yeah. And Level is playing on the dangerous side of things right now. Literally
Neat.
half a step from Zombie Town.
Does the P4 item room face right or left? I never remember.
Right, but with randomly
Say-
generated rooms, it's not guaranteed to face left or right. If we were just
Oh,
restricted to like
and
what
this
rooms
tells
are
us
in
it can
P4, it would
be-
be right.
Yeah, because with Rando, it can be in a weird spot. Like you could literally have a bridge right on top of it and it's right under the bridge. So that part,
Yeah, for example,
Hello,
Yeah.
Raft.
item room's a hallway.
We're
For
not
one
going to be
thing.
able to make immediate use of the raft, but hey, we see it,
And we know it's the raft.
and we are
And-
out.
yep. So
So-
it looks like Marai's prediction might come true.
So this, as far as I'm concerned, basically confirms that you have to go through Death Mountain and look for another connector to get off of Death Mountain to make more progress on the seed.
And Death
45
Mountain
minutes.
has to be the answer. We are out of options.
Yeah. Because I haven't seen a raft tile.
Well, the raft tile's vanilla.
There is a raft
Oh,
tile in
we
West
have that.
Hyrule, but you just don't have the hammer to
West.
get there.
That's true. So, you.
It leaves Death Mountain, basically,
Uh,
which Para is going back into.
I. Icky. And now it's just a race to see who can get to that bridge. The only difference is Level does have the raft.
And so far from what I'm seeing, Para's on the wrong track. I mean, she also did see the bridge
And I'll
earlier,
be right
just had no
back.
means of actually getting there with no
Can I just
boots.
say that this is like an awful seed that we're still getting bodied so hard at 444 and total weaklings and yeah. I haven't seen a seed this bad in a while. I mean, At least as far as we know, it's something that you can eventually just grind through, but how many levels do you want to grind?
And honestly, this is just the beginning of this bad seed. I mean, if it was just this rough start, I don't think I would have gone through the trouble of just restreaming it, but
Looks
gets
like
even
she's
more
heading that way.
crazy. It's even more fucked up, this seed, so...
Okay, sorry about that. Went to go get some water.
You missed Power trying to use the boots on vanilla water.
I don't know, maybe Power's going for the grass tile. Has she been there?
No!
I mean, at this point, I would be certain Death Mountain's the only way to progress, so...
That's
I'm
not
scratching my
good.
head here at what she's doing. Oh, looking for the raft, maybe, I suppose. Well, the item we know is the raft, but she didn't at this point.
Okay, Level Engine is back on Death Mountain, where I'm sure
Power
he was
back
just
in P4.
dying to be this whole time. Literally dying to be, given the number of deaths he's taken in that time.
You know, I look at it as everyone, you know, Death Mountain is everyone's greatest travel destination. Who wouldn't want to spend their time in Death Mountain?
Or
I mean,
get a
Death
Death
Mountain
Mountain
is a great
t-shirt.
place.
And he just showed off his air cannons, finally.
Yes, it's about time. I mean, Ganon is such an innovator. And Ganon also came up with some lava boys. So for that wonderful lava bat that Paratroopa just took.
Yeah, hence why I didn't want to be in Death Mountain sooner. Having to just kill stuff in the dark is such a pain in the ass.
500 p-bag, that's nice.
You can barely see it.
and
You have to, like, really just look carefully to see stuff. And then sometimes there's just, like, you literally can't see what's trying to kill you.
Level, you just found water. You don't want to walk on it?
Yeah, I do.
There we go.
No, why have arrogant
So apparently you could not reach this bridge without...
if
Boots.
it's not going to work for
It's the
you?
east.
And we're in East Hyrule.
East.
And we
we're
found
in
Darunia, which has
Fire in Darunia.
Yeah. And I love that Level Engine just showed absolute disrespect and looked at Darunia and said, no upstep for me. And Paratroopa's just having such a rough time with this enemy set.
Hey, and there's our trophy. We can go back and get the spell.
Hey, at this point, you know, with the hammer still being in play, I say, yeah, go for it. Because new Kasuto, oh no, but if it's hidden Kasuto, then we're in trouble. You need the hammer for hidden Kasuto.
So at this point I'm just also looking for additional items and towns and spells in the east. So this is an item cave. That's Risen Item Cave,
who knows
as
what
we
any
like
of
to
this
call
is
it.
at this point. Para definitely seems frazzled. Which is
Yeah.
odd, because she knows where the bridge is. She's seen it. She has the boots now. She should know how to get to it.
Yeah, I think on Para's side, Para's kind of tilted right now. Oh no.
Did you see Level Engine just got a heart container, which of course was a full health refill, took one hit and it took off 3 bars, and there's another one, and that's just from an Aikman. Another 3 bars of... What the actual heck? As Mirai celebrates us hitting the 45-minute mark without the hammer.
And it hurts to say it because number 2 was the better prediction because it's the River Devil. But for those who bet on number 1, Mariah's right. You'll never hear me say it again.
So yeah, what I came to notice rather quickly from the overall like generation of East Hyrule is that it's islands, and I have the boots, so probably not gonna
You'll
need
never
pass-through
ever
caves
hear
most
me say it
likely.
again.
So any cave I recognize as a pass-through, I just don't bother with it. I'll probably just be able to like walk around the islands with boots anyways. Another one I just ignore.
And one day, my fellow River Devil believers, we will win.
Yep, so Para's still looking for the raft.
Okay, so Paratroopa's on her way.
Had knowledge of the bridge, found the boots, and then just went here
And
instead.
think of the River Devil.
Yes, completely useless. What's he guarding?
He is guarding our hearts. Okay? The River Devil's out there protecting our feelings. Oh my god, my River Devil. Animus, how could you, man? We had a great room name. You could have made the River Devil, you know, hard required. Am hurt.
Meanwhile, I'm also looking at just random tiles that have P-bags on them.
Has life. That's...
So there's a flag titled Hide Less Important Locations, which has been, like, switched off, so tiles with just random minor miscellaneous items like 1-ups, red jars, point bags, those will stand out, won't be blended in with surrounding terrains, so... Yeah, what I'd like to do in that case is just stop on those if I feel like my levels are low, and then just hopefully find P-bags, because pretty often they're 500 bags I can just pick up.
Given how
and then that's
we're
just...
losing life, only Level Engine doesn't want it.
Yeah, at this point where I need like 1.2k for my next
He just turned
level.
down the freaking life spell.
2 good 500 bags could just get me most of my next level anyways.
And Para discovers her raft,
Yep.
which we can't use, but
Yeah.
might as well have. And there's old Kasuto coming up. Oh no, it's
New.
new Kasuto. New Kasuto is not hidden. How about that? Would be nice to go back and get the spell, but that's a long walk. We need 6 magic jars.
Yeah, so I'm still looking around, see what else just might be lying about the east. That's old Kasuto. Okay,
And
so I
this
was
has to
definitely
be
wondering like
Thunder
how I
Reflect.
got ahead despite
Reflect. Okay, we
a
can go
really
beat Karok
slow
now.
like realization, like despite catching on rather slowly as to what I
Which
actually
means
had to
that
do to
Nito
progress.
has Thunder.
I mean, not gonna lie, I definitely felt like I was behind, and especially if I was playing against
And here's
an even
3-Eyed
better
Rock.
runner, for damn sure I would have been behind at this point. Take as much time as I did just to like get through Death Mountain.
Well, we all know that Level Engine's gonna just blast through this.
We know that Level Engine really wants that next level.
Yeah.
Locked door. No surprise there.
I mean, one does not, you know, give up an opportunity to do a full level at a crystal. Only thing is, you don't want to lose every life.
I think that was intentional. He wanted the refill.
Yeah, because of the locked door.
Yeah, this is also something very atypical of Zelda 2 Rando Seeds. Especially like in top players' case like me or Samurai or Trails or Chroma. This is very atypical to have gone 50 minutes with nobody having placed their first gem yet.
You know, I'm thinking honestly, with the acquisition of the trophy, that I'd love to see the Hammer and Spell Tower. Honestly. The runners wouldn't, but
More
I would.
locked doors.
Also, it looks like we're gonna have another tactical death coming.
Yeah, but you don't want to do it against the bots. They're sucking XP.
And
I mean,
taking
if
away
anything,
health slowly
grind
compared to
out,
stronger enemies.
Me personally, I would just,
Ara's getting plenty of keys.
yeah, because they're in the drop pool. It looks like they may be in the large item drop pool. So, I mean, key stacking is the way to go. I mean, considering that Fairy's still rather on the expensive side, and
I lose like
I don't
100
agree with
experience
level engine
from this tactical
Yeah,
death
I mean,
incoming.
he's losing so much XP doing it this way.
But
Oh
none of
my
my
gosh.
choices for a tactical death were any good anyway, so I figured I'd just
I
go
would
with the
say,
closest
so
one I
proud.
can think
out
of.
another level first.
I get that
Oh.
experience back at least.
never punished. Never punished, Drosy.
Yeah,
Never
and we'll get rid of
punished.
this iron knuckle, and oh, it was only 50.
Oh my
More locked
goodness,
doors.
Never punished.
And then we have trouble there with a blue iron knuckle.
Go back up, find something that'll give you 20 XP, please. How about that Ropa? Rope?
10?
Ropa? I never
30.
remember.
Evil laughter sink.
And now you can
Drosy,
cast Fairy twice, imagine that.
Holy moly! And that blue drop, is
Yeah,
god
well that'll
awful.
be fun to farm.
That is god awful.
Oh, and
So-
they go down
Worth
one
a
hit
buck
too.
Naturally, what I did was check to see if one of the Magos was going to drop 500 experience. Yeah, because something, I don't know exactly why, but tends to be a thing that enemies that spawn off a blue droplet tend to have far lower health than just that same enemy that spawns under normal means. So, for example, that Mago could just technically die in one hit, which in this case it did, and they can still drop like up to 500 experience, and if it
Well,
rolls
there was
500
a
for the
150,
Mago,
so go
and
ahead.
you kill
I'd
one
be
spawned
like,
off a
drip
blue
away,
droplet,
my
you still
friend,
get the
drip
500,
away.
so that would be really fast XP, but they're only dropping
Especially in
150.
this cheaper, in this very, very cheap seed. And something that Level Engine wants. I
Oh,
don't think-
yes. Boy, do we want our first magic jar of the entire freaking game.
So when it comes to those blue droplets, there's definitely enemies you'll just want to check to see how much experience they drop. For example, those Magos, definitely a good opportunity to just start farming maybe if they drop a lot of experience.
Absolutely.
But considering it was
And
like
Para
150
has found
per
her way
kill, I
to the
didn't
water.
bother.
Come on, Para, you just need to walk on it and you'll get to the bridge. You saw the bridge. What's Para looking for?
Darkness.
Yeah, but the question
Has
is,
to
like,
be,
did
'cause
she
I have no
remember
clue.
the bridge? I mean, a lot of things
Maybe
can happen. Oh, there's the bridge.
A connecting cave, but I don't think so.
So yeah, safe to say a lot of things can happen to a point where you might just end up like forgetting like something that
At
Right
something
now-
3
important.
minutes, Para finally arrives in East Hyrule.
Which
Very
Para is
indecisive about
literally
upstab here.
Para is very tilted right now. Did you see the angry, spin whips? Like, good gosh, man.
Another
Why?
locked door.
And we're gonna have a tactical death on Level Engine side just to refuel up that fairy, getting the trophy on Para's side. I mean, we're talking major tilt. We're talking major tilt.
And I'm pretty sure this is a loop.
Drosy, I would equate what Para has gone through,
Also
like
think I hit a loop.
having a
Yeah.
7-5 for your first level with a boss bass that eats you right out the gate. Multiple times until you game over. And,
Wow, that was brutal.
it's like, ooh-hee.
And then I realize I'm in a room that's gonna have another like locked door on the opposite
Had
end,
to
so
up A again.
I just up A at that point. Hey, even Palace 1 was pretty
Point
nasty
out that
this
we're
seed.
about to be at the hour mark and no one's placed a gem yet.
I would have placed mine by now if Palace 1 wasn't shit.
This is a great birthday gift, I tell you what. And the best part is, do you know who we get to blame
I'll
for
have
this,
it before the
Drosy?
hour's up.
Animus?
We'll
No, Alan.
You'll see if that's the case or not.
Why Alan?
He's the one who created the flags.
Oh. Hey, the last time I calmed, I believe
Oh, boy.
Mirai and Patrick had a jet seed that they both finished in under 55 minutes. So that seed would have been done by now for both runners. Let's just think about that.
What are you talking about, Zero? You know I always have the hashtag blame Alan.
Oh, Physicist, yeah,
But
hi.
we all know the true culprit, the dark denizen, the person who kills me in Phasmophobia, and that's Animus. Because he loves dumpster fires. And this is a dumpster fire.
So yeah, final? Oh yeah, good luck with that, by the way. And I guess for further context, yes, this is a Zelda 2 randomizer seed I ran in the current ongoing tournament.
To quote Mirai,
Which
when
was
he
such
talked
an
about-
utter
Level Engine,
clusterfuck
why are you
that...
taking a death when you have a key?
Wait, I had a key?
You're going to feel really silly when
I
you
didn't.
cast a
No,
fairy
don't
and
do
unlock
it.
106, so
that
I
door.
didn't have a key.
if he casts fairy, oh no.
No key.
Paratroopa,
Oh, I guess he used the key. Okay, I can't count.
Well, I won the seed, but...
Paratroopa
The VOD is
legit
over 2
tilted.
hours
This
long.
Is it.
She's
know.
saying
Because it
in the
took
race
me
room, okay,
over 2 hours to beat the seed.
that's enough for me. She hasn't actually put in a forfeit, but,
So also at this point, Para typed in chat on race time. Okay, that's enough for me. Though didn't officially like forfeit, didn't officially eject from the race, so I was under the assumption she did like eject, but I wasn't even 100% certain, and regardless, I still figured let's just finish the seed anyways. Let's still just play this on. I mean, I don't know exactly what happens if both players just drop. Like, did the player like who dropped the soonest lose?
hey, here's a boss. Horsehead?
Like, I don't know what happens in the
Yeah,
case of
it's
both players
Horsehead.
dropping.
And
Like,
Horsehead's going
if
to
the
the
player
group
who
practice.
just
Oh, my poor
drops
little
like
horsey.
later gets the
Getting
win.
put out to pasture by Power Level Engine. And, you know, I don't know how I feel.
So in other words, I just wanted to like at least confirm my
Luckily,
win by
Level
actually
had a
just
key.
finishing the seed.
Or else it would have been, well...
So for further context, this is the first gem placed of the entire seed. Have to go to like the other 5 palaces, kill the other 5 bosses, and then go on to GP. So yeah, for further context, well, not normally. Usually it's on like a really good seed that I can do the entire thing
Cleaned out P1.
before like the
Yeah.
56-minute mark. Whereas here, I only had 1 gem placed 56 minutes in. I have literally had a few seeds where I was done by this point. And Chris is a she, by the way, but yeah. And also really interesting commentary.
Level Engine, I guess, is also a little tilted.
We love her for it.
Checking tiles he's already checked.
You know, to quote Mirai, like I meant to do before, we heard the bad news from Para. Basically, this is a garbage, and you're gonna put like 3 feet of gasoline in it, and you're gonna toss a match in it.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's...
Para did not
Okay,
forfeit,
she's
but
starting
I was
again,
still
okay,
under the impression
because
that
I
maybe
was
she
like-
did.
She said that's enough. She's taken a pause, but she hadn't forfeited. I guess she's gonna give it one more shot. Hey! Wow!
Oh, we did find the
The
hammer!
hammer's at 58 minutes. Mirai would have been absolutely correct if there was no prediction anyway. So this is what happens when you transcend to guru level. And Desi, I am not happy that my accent is back.
I'm surprised Level Engine doesn't immediately go back to the west and check the raft tile and, get the spell, get down stab, all sorts of stuff you can do. Check out Spec Rock.
Very true, but I'm near Death Valley, which is near another palace, and my intention is to try and knock that palace out next.
There's a lot of stuff we can do with that
Side.
hammer.
Yeah, we're also near a palace if we get through Death Valley, but
just,
it's not going well.
The medicine could even be vanilla,
It is not fun in the dark. In Death Valley, it's never fun in the dark here.
It's Of course you want to go through Death Mountain, Animus. What are you talking about?
Meanwhile, I'm trying to save my fairy magic because there's some tiles I know I'm gonna either have to like fly through or just skip somehow. So I'm basically just trying to have enough magic to do as many fairy feats as I can.
Absolutely.
Just to skip a bunch of these tiles that I'd likely get my ass handed to me if I tried to just do them legitimately.
Fantastic. In terms of...
So being out of fairy magic, I decided to go for like another means of skipping that tile with just running onto it with an enemy at the same time.
Everything.
And then drag it off the screen.
So...
One tile away from our next palace, but that happens and I have to game over.
There's a function called !bet. So the current question that I'm going to pose to you, chat, is who is going to be the toughest boss? So...
Oh yeah, Level Engine now has Reflect. He can do Karok.
Yep. So, who do you guys think is going to be the toughest boss? Now, everybody who knows me knows that there's only one true god among bosses. The person that pumps the iron,
Kuma.
takes the Flintstone vitamins, and never skips arm and leg day. And that is Guma.
I find Guma a tough one, personally. He's one of the toughest for me, still.
Everyone loves Guma, right?
Even years later, still one of the toughest for me.
Guma is like the bro. Overworld map is the toughest boss. I would mark that as winning.
My guess is Level Engine finishes this by 1 hour 40 minutes unless he finds all the wrong routes in JP.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and bet Cold Stare.
You know what? I love Cold Stare.
I remember the route to Karok still.
He is
despite everything that happened in between, surprisingly.
One of the best in
And
Z3.
yeah, since we have the reflect
I
spell,
personally love,
this is easy enough unless
Cold
you're just
Stare.
really
Wow,
shit with the
easy
luck of
Karok
respawns.
today.
Alan, you've redeemed yourself. Chicken Army is always the toughest boss. Oh, and welcome to our first time chatter. Yes, Insipid Inspector. That is always a good bet to have. The T-Bird has laid out many smack bots on people, so I appreciate it. It's a part of the Chicken Army of GP. So, as the de facto chicken overlord, I approve of this.
Speaking of gem placements, I don't know when Para placed their first gem. Another reason I want to rewatch the VOD after the whole race was done, just to see exactly, like, how Para progressed through the seed.
You know...
Because of how slow this went, I really thought she had a chance of beating me. Really thought she had a chance of pulling off an upset.
So much we can check. We have all these hammer spots. We can go to Mito. We can see where the raft goes. We can check the other entrance to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't even know. She said she had enough, but didn't actually forfeit from the race, so I wasn't actually sure of what to make.
Actually,
and still decided I was dead set on beating the seed.
Kind of, surprising. And I know many of our longtime Z2 fanatics, they're not used to seeing Level Engine at 466. It's usually 6 642 or something of that
623,
nature.
633,
And,
634. It's more
That
typical.
goes to show you
That's
how
more
tough
typically what
this
I go
seed
for.
is, Drosy. When you have to put most of your experience into magic in life.
We also now have a 6th magic jar, speaking of magic. That's kind of nice to have. I would personally go and get the spell too while we're over here in West Hyrule, so that if we're back in New Kasuda, we can clear the place out.
Yeah, by now, honestly,
I'm getting
level is
downstab,
usually,
clearly. I'm going to
you
meet
know,
up for
he loves to go
downstab.
to attack 7 and then dump all the rest of the points into, you know, magic in life. Because we've seen, how many times, guys, have we seen level engine with attack 7 in life 2? So, you know, this seed is absolutely demolishing these runners. Enough to make a runner actually have to walk away and take a pause. So, you know, when you guys call me the Queen of Evil, maybe you need to reserve that for Animus, who is the reigning king of evil, and Para just getting her hammer.
I still can't believe Level Engine didn't take the life spell,
I thought she was dancing out of excitement.
given how much we've been bodied this whole seed. I missed what the hint was.
I figured I got the
about that
downstab, my levels
Did
are
you see
better,
it?
so I should be getting bodied less, because I can actually downstab now.
It's in the east, I believe.
Okay. Hey, the raft is our entrance to Maze Island. Imagine that.
Insipid! That is Simon Belmont from Castlevania. Those who are big in the Castlevania, you know, games. Oh, that's
West
one of the
again.
favorite characters. Smacks everybody with his whip.
So both entrances to Maze Island are from West Hyrule, which means East Hyrule can only be accessed through Death Mountain.
Yes.
And we will need
Exactly.
to go back there for Thunder.
And it's
Beautiful.
kind of a hike
Absolutely
back.
Beautiful.
And yes,
This
Para is in New Kasuda with the spell, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a hike back to, like, the east, because you gotta walk through all of Tanasaria. And then you gotta walk through Death Mountain, which isn't that bad once you know where to go, but you gotta walk through a couple of caves still
She does not have 6 magic jars.
to get back to the east every time you want to do that, so...
You know what, Drosy?
Ideally, you want to make as few trips back to the east as possible to get a fast time on a seed like this.
We should do a combined chef's kiss because this is just so spicy that we love it. You know, in Italian, we would say molto bene. And you know, it's absolutely great. For those who don't speak Italian, molto bene is very good. And it's fantastic. Mwah! Chef's kiss out to Animus for making a seed that is the perfect birthday gift to me. I love it. Thank you.
Loop back to
my
the
friend.
start. Nice.
That is a magic jar in Spell Tower, which, again, you know,
Pretty sure I never even picked that one up.
given how reliant we are on Fairy, I would not say no to that. Especially since it's Para's first.
I would typically never say no to, like, the first magic container of the seed you find, because good chance Thunder's gonna cost at least 65 plus, even on higher magic levels. And in that case, you'll need at least an extra magic container to even be able to use it to kill Thunderbird.
No, Animus. You
Assuming
have
we're
to,
playing
you
standard,
have to
where
get
that's
trash
required.
tiers. And we do have 6 magic containers. You know, so when if level does decide to go back to New Kasudo, Drosy, you already know that, you know, he can full clear out all of New Kasudo. So that's wonderful. Knight, you should come join us in the Restreamer team.
I'm guessing
We would love to have you.
Reflect was here,
And
alright.
Reflect is free in Old Kasudo. And Para is literally super tilted. Not even like super tilted, Drosy, but an actual New York SUPA tilted. Super tilted.
You know what's making me really happy right now?
Happy?
Level engine using downstab.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
because we know here in the commentator's booth, there's only one true, one
We're
true
halfway through the
stab,
stream, by the
and
way.
that's down stab.
Yeah, pretty often I can see myself being in the Great
Oh
Palace
my
by
God, I
now.
never would have thought that the way I normally speak
And not
would
just
be
4
loved
gems
by
left to
chat.
go.
Wonderful. You did.
Also, given how many casts of fairy we need, why is level engine turning down red jars?
Good question. I don't know, I just want to, like,
Some things
go
confuse me.
fast. I don't know.
Also, for those who are not familiar with the game, as you can see the complicated windows, which
Yeah, plus with a seat as frustrating as this, you can start to lose your cool, just get kind of tilted, and yeah, just being on tilt just can automatically cause you to like start making bad
NES is
decisions.
bootleg designed for stained glass. It is Gooma's house. So for those who are betting on Gooma being tough, let's see. Gooma 1, level engine zip.
Like the whole getting angered, flustered thing, that typically just like makes it more likely you just lose focus on like making good decisions and just thinking clearly. And yeah, with a seat as annoying as this, trying to get through Death Mountain, just progressing in
Yeah,
general.
we can withstand 2 hits from Gooma. And those are the 2 hits, and he still hasn't lost any health, because he's really beefy today.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm on my last
No,
life
but
here
you
too, by the
seeing
way.
What, one flail to the tail is going to give you almost half.
Yeah,
of
that's what I
your
said. We
life
can take
energy.
2 hits, and the third one...
Is lethal.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, and Level is playing really aggressive, considering he's literally knocking on heaven's door. Oh my gosh. You have to look at it. Gooma did not skip leg day and, took his Flintstone vitamins. He is punishing.
I'm trying to remember if I was on my last life here. I'm pretty
Come
sure I
on, you
was.
gotta time it right, Gooma. Come on. I know you can do it, buddy. Give me one more death. Just for the lulz.
Nope. Level engine gets the best of Gooma.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll
And
see
a
that
level.
screen come up. Hopefully we'll see that like
So
screen
we
with
can
the
then
lives,
get a
the
double
keys.
level with the
Never
gem.
mind.
Isn't that nice?
3 lives.
I know. Gooma's a true bro. That's why everybody should love Gooma as one of the great, bosses.
So I technically
in
could have
the
died
Zelda
twice more and still
franchise,
been like
with the River
somewhat
Devil
okay.
as the greatest NPC. This was a beautiful fight. It was a slobber knocker. But, what more could you ask for? And we have the child.
A French vanilla child.
What the fuck? French vanilla child?
Which gets us the fire spell, which honestly we might want to get in case
Oh,
it's
because
linked
on
to
Maze
Thunder,
Island?
and then we don't have
And
to
that's where you
find
find it in the
medicine,
actual game?
which is probably behind the magic lady.
French
in
vanilla
Pseudo.
child.
Clem, it was a slobber knocker.
I don't like what I'm picturing.
And no one leaves the child behind. Animus, stop being a monster. But, wait. No, Gooma does not need to sit.
So yeah,
On
Para got
the
the hint
child.
saying that the magic key was in Palace 5.
It's a slobber knocker. It's a slobber knocker. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, I guess just like I've never heard the words French vanilla child in that order
So-
before.
Now that,
Yeah, those words though. Is it possible to use them in a sentence like that?
let's go. We're back in the Swamp Palace. Say hello. It gets New York.
Oh, look, I think I'm looking for the
It's
item here.
6 rather than 3 just because it's so
Oh, actually, never
freaking
mind.
long.
No,
You
this is
know,
probably like...
I've seen
This
some
is either 3 or
pretty
6.
tricky threes. I'm hoping, if we see...
And I remember having
Incepted.
trouble on this palace
See,
even on the second trip.
I'm related to you. See, I'm probably a cousin. But, threes can be tricky too, Drosy. I've seen some real dumpster fire threes. And, until we see some jailhouse bars, we're going to say, 6.
But you know what? Level Engine got through that room so much nicer with downstab.
Downstab.
Sorry, I'm just gonna keep harping on downstab as long as Animus is here, having rolled the seed and being an upstab fan.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
that
why.
goes to show you that Animus is from the dark side, people. He is Emperor Palpatine.
Who the hell is that?
Some family from New Orleans. I have some family in New Orleans. So, Animus, you're Palpatine. You are Emperor Palpatine. You're trying to bring everyone to the dark side with that awful, awful upstab. No, and all of you are wrong. Drosy, do you know what the true story of Star Wars is about?
The life story of Emperor Palpatine?
No, it's about Lando Calrissian. It's about how Lando Calrissian went from piloting, epic aircraft to selling Colt 45 on TV. That's exactly what it was. I totally agree. And we have Pop Top.
Sorry, what did Para just get there? I missed it.
Matching container? I think.
Magic container.
Oh, okay. So she could go back to New Kasuto now, though it's a very long hike. And she doesn't specifically know that the medicine's in the east. But hey, she'll be going to Mito, she'll be getting her down stab, and then she'll also get the hint about the medicine.
Yes. And this, the enemy sets in each of these palaces have been absolutely amazing. They have been there to give and bring the pain. And for those who know me from the Mario Brothers community, I'm Team Total Carnage, Team Pain Train in Smash TV. So, basically, I love anything that gives a challenge. And these
dead ends.
enemy sets are challenging.
I went the wrong way.
Did we just do a loop or something? Why did Level Engine update out of there?
It was a dead end. From what I saw,
that did look like a dead end room, but
It
maybe
is,
I
though.
just didn't recognize it well enough.
oh no, it's like David Caruso's career after he left CSI. So yeah, it's dead end. And Para got another magic container. Now Para is leading in magic containers, Drosy.
Containers.
Yes, magic containers. And
Your accent is sure showing itself.
it happens on certain words. I can't say them even if I'm trying to hide, the New York accent. It's, like water. It comes out like WATA. So, oh, she's got life too. Wonderful. Because then she can heal herself. A true dead end is a game over. Yeah, that's true in the hypothetical sense. I mean...
Nope, me. That's a dead end.
What?
Yeah, I just go back down the wrong way again for some reason.
God, all of you are having a field day at my expense.
Considering I think the first time I got here was, I don't know, maybe like 50 minutes ago. And just all the shit that happened in between then.
Yeah,
Not too much of a surprise I lost my sense of direction.
Out when I'm in a sports bar, because I am a devout sports fanatic, Drosy, which you've heard
Taylor,
many times when I do COCOM with Laws. And
Oh yes.
This was the garbage seed that I ran 3 days ago.
So imagine
In the tournament
this
against Para.
in a sports bar, you know, with a couple of Coronas.
Still not
The
even
good-
sure at
the
this
good
point if
ones,
she
not
officially
this
dropped
other
from the
stuff.
race.
But,
Assuming
you
she
know,
did,
get a couple
but
Coronas with lime, and you're good
no,
to
here
go.
she is playing
You got
anyways.
the game on the TV. That's a good day. You know, that's a good event.
That's
right
also
there.
the wrong way.
And
Not just Spec Rock where Para found the cross.
Like, I
Yeah.
literally forgot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I literally
that's what I
forgot
thought.
just what some of the palace looked like.
And
I found your SoundCloud, so yeah, I thought so. Mainly just to quickly look at the drum and bass mixes you
would
had.
like to see Laz. I tried, Alan, to get him over to Z2. You know, so we can continue, you know, Team Total Carnage.
That's
But
what I
he
thought.
said he doesn't know enough about the game. And that's what's holding him back from coming over to this side.
When do I just realize I'm going the wrong way?
Sinister's the same
Or just
way.
decide I'm going the
Sinister
wrong
would
way?
love to do it, but just doesn't know enough about the game.
Yeah, that's why I kind of struggled
And
on this 6.
Would, you know, basically, he loves
Oh, neat.
the trash runs of Mario Brothers 3. You know, and, but one day I'll see if I can get Laz in. I'll try.
When do I just, like, say, fuck this, I'm going the wrong way again?
Yeah. Because
And Para now has down stab. The best stab.
Wait, I
And
just
Level
walked
Legend
backwards?
keeps running into dead ends.
The same dead ends I've run into already.
you know,
The tilt was definitely setting in, not gonna lie.
it's,
After spending this long on a seed and having 3 gems left to go, when normally,
we need to tag team.
on
you want
average,
team
you're done the seed by this
commentary.
point,
Team-
just...
Team Total
Yeah, it's never a
Carnage
good feel. You feel like you're
versus
really
the
behind and
Knights of
just...
Hyrule.
you're
Yeah,
not
that
happy.
would be absolutely amazing. We'll see if we can have a, you know,
And just by nature,
team
you're finding it
battle
harder to
with
make like,
team
actual good plays.
commentary. You know, Team Total Carnage versus the Knights of Hyrule. So will Chaos win, or will the fun-loving good guys win? Animus, you have not had fun until you've played Z1 Sword.
So did you
Right,
watch the seed
Dropsy?
first and then run it? Oh, you ran the seed though. Is that bad that you decided to just run it anyways? This seed's gonna become like that like famous for being as shit as it is, right?
Levelengine side.
And then I'm like,
Level
oh
is
wait,
three palaces
I could go to the right
I
from
think
here. I haven't been
Para
here
is
yet.
Going to,
Yeah, this
you
was
know,
where I
start
realized I could
different
just go
palaces
right.
soon. 'Cause, I mean,
Down
you
was
got
the item
everything
room.
you need
Right
except
was
for Thunder.
Barba.
But once you get Thunder, it is, yeah, Drosy. Well, you know.
Yeah, I
it
saw
has
it there
to
too,
do
by the way.
with
How would it not end up there?
Barba. It's Barba. It's Barba. See, what happened was
After just how
Barba
fucked it
went
was, how would it
ahead
not?
and started, you know, causing some shenanigans, and it has messed with, you know, Drossy's internet, or that, or he has Spectrum, because you know Spectrum is absolutely horrible. And yeah.
At least I had a life to
Level
spare,
Engine, can we
and
get
Barba
a
still
double
died
F
before I
boost?
did.
Because
least I
not
still got
once
credit for the
has
kill.
he fallen into the drink. He fell twice. So, you know, you
Ran up
get
blind. Okay,
double-
what was your clear time,
yeah,
please?
but Animus, come on. You just don't.
If you did it in under
don't
2
do
hours,
that.
you've already beaten
You
me by a
don't do
lot.
that.
Of
You
course, as
always
soon as I
want.
step away, Barber shows up. That's how it always is, right?
Well, Drosy, see, I'm thinking that there is a connection between you and Baba. See, when you left, Baba showed up.
He's my
So
favorite
is there
boss.
like something I think honestly, Drosy is Baba.
That's true. I can't refute that statement.
Yeah, because you weren't in the room when Baba showed up. And Drosy, did you hear what happened last night?
What happened last night?
I'm pretty sure you at least heard
What
about
would
my
you
clear time on
score?
this seed. I
We
said,
Whoa.
like, just a
call
little
it
under
the
2 hours
shanty.
would be, like, really good.
And then you just go through the door.
That was
and
definitely under 2.
get
That's
the-
definitely under 2
or you
hours.
Yeah,
stop.
the door was wide open. It was like, hey, come get
That's
me.
more than 30
And,
minutes faster than
you know,
my
Bobo
my
just
clear
kinda
time.
yeeted out of there, and he didn't want to be bothered at all. I think Baba was sick and took a sick day.
Well, I'm guessing you got stuck nowhere
And
near as
no,
much as I
you
did.
will not create a downstab list.
This was GP.
Upstab can go. Nobody cares about upstab. And
Well, Island
GP
Palace-
has been found.
Island Palace is GP today.
This was-
Interesting. So
I think this was
we
5.
now need to go back
The
to
Power
East
Zen.
Hyrule. There's the Valley of Death.
Magic key.
And there's still
Oh,
one
she has
other
to
palace
die for
we
it, though.
Didn't manage to discover in East Hyrule. We got 3-eyed
I'm pretty
rocks,
sure this
but
is P5. I
there's
remembered
another
P5
palace
having this
outstanding
color,
there.
so keys in there.
I would love to see Z2 completely swordless. Who, you know, Animus had talked to me about that yesterday
Wait, is that
and
even
said
doable?
that you should just use the fire spell.
Yep.
But I can break that very easily. I'll just make a high spell cost scene. And then you'll all be dancing around doing nothing.
That key would have been really
And we
nice
got
earlier,
a
not gonna lie.
magic key for Para. Interesting. So the magic key means
Holy
that there will
crap.
no longer be any fairy casting, but it is just so far behind. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean... 4
Para's
gems
still with
left.
all 6 gems in her
She's
possession.
Level engine to a 4-gem lead. I kind of
Oh my goodness.
like where Para's at now. She's just 4 gems behind.
Me still, like, carrying on to 2, whereas
Yep.
in most cases I'd be
And
done by
she still
now.
has pretty low levels too. I mean, level engine did farm a few extra levels.
Well, I've also placed 4 gems, so that also explains
Yeah,
Even
that she had
adjusting
not.
for the levels he got from gems.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, I think Level is going to be happy with attack 6. Even though, honestly, I'd love to see Level at his normal attack 7.
Maybe even
It
8, if
bothers
there's enough
me
experience
when
just
he's
lying
not
around.
at attack 7. Also,
Maybe he'll turn down life 8 and grind out attack 7 so he can be 777.
oh, that would be wonderful. Yes, then we could have 777 jackpot on Level Engine side.
Or the number of God on my side. That too. Yeah, I think it's either that or 999. I think it's 777 though.
Also, oh heavens, look where we are again on Level side.
Who are you playing
Have to
against?
Go through it to get to East Hyrule. There is no other route. Hopefully we can survive at 667.
Well,
He didn't even want his cross out of Spec Rock.
Yeah, you're gonna miss the even like more of the most. You're gonna miss probably the most absurd part of the seed though.
The
But if
seed
you gotta
is
run for your
something
match, you
like-
gotta run for your match. I don't know what else to say.
Question from our tracker. Yes, the other west connector was Maze Island.
yeah.
As bad as the seed is, it actually
Which
does
means
get
if
worse.
you want to go to the
Even
east,
like towards the end,
the
it
only
actually
way
gets
you
worse.
get in there, my friend, is through the world's greatest travel destination, Death Mountain.
I think I've seen enough of Death Mountain today to last me the entire tournament.
No, one can never get enough of Death Mountain. When you go to visit Death Mountain, that's where you go. You get an awesome T-shirt.
So you're having to face down
And
all
the
3 of them at
disrespect
once?
that
How's that
Level
work?
Showed. Thank
Our match
you,
is typically
Mike.
like 1v1.
This has been a great birthday gift.
Alright, I'm back in the east.
Listen here, Zero. Death Mountain is a beautiful place. It's a legendary place. It has spawned great sightseeing places such as Spiral Cave, Bike Cave, the mini caves of Z2, Spectacle Rock. How could you not love Death Mountain as a destination?
Oh, I never, like, checked this
think
tile
they
until
should
just
make
now,
Death
apparently.
Mountain bigger with more caves
Oh,
and a cave shelter.
extra life.
And they could put the River Devil in there to block some of the passages.
Is this New Kasuto? No. Now we're getting... No, we're still turning down life. Sheesh.
You turn down. I know. No, Animus is Palpatine. Animus is 100% Palpatine. If you don't believe me, chat, watch one day when Animus and I play Phasmophobia together. And then you'll see that I'm
So
actually...
this has got to be the medicine, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And good night, Patrick. Have a good bedtime. Have the sweetest of dreams. And remember, you've got Pop Time
Who is
giving you
Palpatine?
some great emojis.
Of course, now that Level Engine's left New Kasuto, he won't get his 7th magic container from Spell Tower.
Star Wars guy, right?
Yeah.
Darth Sidious.
And
Star Wars
considering how much he has been
character.
abusing the fairy spell, I would have thought that you would have wanted any type of magic container you could get.
I guess I don't watch enough Star Wars.
You
That's why I don't know.
sound like Edith Bunker. I don't. And she
So
goes
here-
like, "Oh, sorry." Go
Here's
ahead,
P3,
Rusty.
which means that P2 must be in Valley of Death. Not that we really care, we knew both kind of had to be coming up.
Yeah.
Item
Show
room,
us
by the way,
Horsey.
on my end. Oh, I have to die again.
I'm deeply insulted there, Mariah. I'll have you know. No, it is not. It is not.
Yeah, trying to imagine. I
do
don't think
not
like
sound
this
like
Palpatine guy could be worse than, say, Caligula
Archie.
or Honorius.
No, I don't sound like that.
So
Oh, Red Jar.
Tara
Yeah, so on
is
my off time I was
facing
looking at Roman
Uma
emperors, looking
on
up just history of the
Life
Roman Empire.
5, and
He had some really shitty
attack
emperors.
4, though she does have the shield spell.
Like, way more shitty ones than good ones, but the good ones tend to just rule for longer.
Maybe she can tank 3 hits this way.
No,
Longest
not
reigning
even.
Roman emperor nearly
Not
went for 50
even.
whole years.
Cause Guma was putting a whooping on
I mean, if he was
level
shit, he probably
with
wouldn't have made it
roughly
50
the
years.
same and just a higher attack level. And Para's in for a rough battle, real rough.
Yeah, like one of them, like things were like okay for the first 6 months.
remember
Well,
that
that being
Animus
Caligula.
Guma's like, this seems
Then
version
things
of
just
when
went to
Neo
shit.
Koopa when
Started
she's
having
really
delusions
been
that he
playing
was a
on the
literal god.
Baconators.
Just having
Yeah,
fun, like
absolutely.
executing
And
like
you know,
people
I'm
in front
all
of their
about
children or
Wendy,
vice versa.
You know, being full baconator, triple baconator with
Also
extra
apparently bankrupted the
everything
empire
on
just
it,
4
give,
years.
Like extra bacon, extra meat. You know, make that a quadruple.
Also had a lot of fun watching people
and
suffer.
Then you just literally have her as Earthquake as well.
Then
and
some
you can
emperors who
never
literally
go
basically
wrong.
did nothing while the empire was collapsing
looks like
around
Tara
them,
is almost
and didn't give a
Guma,
shit that it
though.
was collapsing around them.
Yeah, slow
Second
and
time's the charm, right?
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Even though that's the wrong side to be on of Guma when you're on his right. And we did get
Not gonna try to grind out 92
Yeah, so
more.
one of the
She's
emperors
just
got
gonna
news
burn
that
it.
Rome fell. And then he replied, "Oh no, Rome?
Oh,
What
no.
happened to him?" And then Messenger was like,
Oh
"Him?"
no.
Was confused. Like, why? the Emperor was referring to Rome as a
For
he.
those who don't believe in
And then just the
power
Emperor
of
said, like,
bacon,
my chicken! My
bacon
chicken's
can
dead?
cure
No,
just
sir.
about anything,
The city of Rome fell. Your
right?
chicken's fine.
Like,
And then
who
the
cares
Emperor
about bacon?
replied, oh,
my
thank God.
goodness.
Well, Rebo's going down easy at attack 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was apparently for real, Honorius.
It is worth noting that Level
Literally
Engine
gave
has not
no
gotten
shit
upstab. There
that the
could
city
be
of
an
Rome
upstab
fell. Thought it was
block
his
in
chicken.
Great Palace.
No, his chicken's fine though, but
Who needs
you're
that
not doing
bootleg
your job.
sword, you know, stab.
Some
Nobody
pillagers,
likes
some invaders
bootleg,
from elsewhere just took over Rome and you don't give a
third-rate
shit.
stabs. We don't do that over here. Windex can cure everything. Nice.
Now it's time for the Valley of Death.
Yeah, time for some P2 action. And for those who betted on Guma, I think Guma's gonna win Tough Guy.
Whoa,
Among
did
the
you
bosses.
just see that? We got Attack 7 ahead of Magic 7.
That doesn't happen often, also, by the
That
way.
goes to show you the seed is dumpster fire.
I mean, I don't think Level
That's
Engine's
really not
complaining.
common.
No, not at all. Which means that Magic 7 is probably going to be the crystal,
I got that fairy feat.
level up.
I missed that one though.
No, the Valley of Death is not the favorite vacation spot. Favorite vacation spot is the one and only Death Mountain. That's where everybody wants to go. They get there,
T-shirt.
I went to Death Mountain and I got a
I read this fun
T-shirt.
fact in chat. So what about when we get Rebo Shark sometimes?
Not the first time.
Wait a second.
Not the first time she
Rebo
brought
is
up the
horse?
t-shirts. Palace 2.
What?
Trying to put together how we can work into canon.
Oh, I guess
everyone's
Para placed the
favorite
first gem while I
Rebo
wasn't
Shark.
paying attention.
Well, the horse went on a vacation, so Rebo decided to go surfing instead. He got his air cannons on and decided to catch a shark.
Yeah, so reading
And
up
when he caught
reading
the
up about the
shark,
Roman Empire, pretty
boom,
fascinating,
bada
not
bing.
gonna lie.
He started riding the shark.
Most of
He
the
was like,
emperors
"I
literally
don't
didn't
need
know
no
like fucking
stinking
how to
horse. I
rule
got
an
a
empire.
shark."
But
and I
thankfully
think
they just
that-
wouldn't last long.
That-
Often
that
they
should
just
be
get
the
killed.
canon.
Sometimes by their
I
own
did
troops
know
even.
that Knack is
And then
Knuckle
someone better would just take their
because
place.
Iron Knuckle was originally Iron Knack.
Yeah. But I did not know
Sometimes they literally just
that
get killed by their own
Rebo
army.
was,
Because they're that shit.
the horse's name. No. I always called him Horsey. Just Rebo and his Horsey.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
thought Rebo Knack was the horse-riding Iron Knuckle.
That's having way too much fun with how I talk.
Yeah, Para's on the right track to Karok, by the way.
Forget about it. Yes, you heard the bada bing, bada
She's gonna
boom.
get the Karok soon.
Yes, you did.
Indeed. Meanwhile, looking to place my last gem.
Okay,
Then
so
go
on
to GP and just finish off this mess of a seed.
The Carrick battle. Time to bounce some stuff on him.
She is getting bodied by that Karok. And hey, there is our 8th heart container on Level Engine side. Did not think we'd be seeing that.
Yeah, 8 heart containers with life 7. This is something you rarely get to see. And then, unfortunately, Carrick decided to, say, "Hey, Para, I'm coming in for a hug." So, unfortunately, Para did take a hug, and Carrick actually claimed the life. But so far, Guma is in the lead. Because we're not going to
Okay, now I'm taking the red jar.
Excellent dips into the lava for Baba. That was user error.
And
speaking
here's Helmet Head with no...
Helmet Head gets
Why
weak.
does Helmet Head always roll low? Doesn't matter how high the other bosses are rolling, Helmet Head will always roll low.
Well, I have 7 attacks, so he should
I
die quickly
blame-
regardless.
Animus. I blame Animus. 'Cause
There's still
Animus
over
doesn't
30
like
minutes to
Helmet Head.
go. by the way.
So he deliberately tries to make Helmet Head
Last
as,
gen place
you
and still
know,
over 30 minutes to go,
nuffed as
just by the way.
possible, and gave him literally nada, nothing. And I feel bad for poor Helmet Head. He gets no respect. He got his hat tipped, and it wasn't by a milady.
Hey, and by the way,
Betting is now
since
closed.
we did discuss fun bosses. You know
Wait
what
till you
boss
see how this
Level
great
Engine is
palace
on his way
goes.
to face?
Yes.
Gotta get that thunder spell
Oh,
first.
that
though.
bet's closed. Oh, Thunder was in Mito, right.
To paraphrase
Honestly,
the
like,
Beat Boy,
forgot about
we had
all that,
fun,
given
fun,
everything
fun
else that
until Level
happened.
Engine took the T-Bird away.
But yeah, we need the Thunder, of course, to kill T-Bird. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting at. I do think I maybe could have grabbed it sooner, but ideally won't need it any sooner than the actual Thunderbird fight.
See how much Thunder's gonna cost. Shouldn't be too bad at Magic 7, right?
And 6 match containers, it definitely should be castable, which it very much is. It's 64,
64,
so exactly 4 of those 6 magic
What would be
squares.
vanilla at Magic 8?
Oh, I did get 777. But apparently it did not help that much, as you'll eventually see.
Jack commenting about Level Engine being 777. Clearly he needs to go to Vegas and play the slots, right?
What's the hardest T-Bird we've seen? Honestly, with T-Bird, it all depends, really how you going to see him. If you're at attack 7, it really should not pose that much of a threat. But at attack 4, it can. Because it's going
And especially
take more
anything
hits
lower
to
than
kill.
that.
However, sorry, I can't resist.
Yeah, so
You-
139.52,
you're just playing
that
up the
curtain
New
goes
York
up.
accent now.
No, I finished
most seeds by this
how
point.
I talk.
I finished
And,
almost every
you
seed I
know,
run by that point, by the way.
With Linda Richmond.
Oh my gosh. Ah. I gotta cough out that accent and go back to my normal, evil voice. I need a yacht counter. No, we do not need a counter on how I talk. No, that's the last thing we need. No.
I mean, what is truly amazing is that you've gotten so engrossed in the New York accent, you didn't even comment on those chickens.
No.
Oh yeah, there's the chickens.
That's a given. We already know that my chickens are gonna be out in force. I mean, it's
But
my
are they
chicken
neutral?
squad.
The race room told us they would be neutral.
No, my chickens are never neutral because Link is a usurper. And you're coming into GP, that's their home, that's where they belong. They're like, Link, get out of my stank house. It's not happening. Get out.
Also, spoiler, it's not the chickens I have, like, the most trouble with.
So, I'm all for it. The chickens are in force. Fairy has to be casted.
I mean, the chickens
We
are
have
pests,
Level
but-
Engine, who's literally knocking on death's door.
It's not the
and
chickens
we
that just try to
absolutely
fuck
love
me
it.
over here.
115? For what? Oh no. This level is sponsored by the Atlanta Falcons. Drossy.
They are a real team, right?
The
Drossy.
Atlanta Falcons, who recently proved that not only do they lose when they lead the Patriots by 25, but they also lose when they're down to the Patriots by 25.
Falcons. Let
There's
me
also
tell
that
you,
left path I have to come back for later as well.
The Falcons are literally the Chicago Bears.
Power's gonna place
I
their third
think
gem, and I'm in
they're
Great
the
Palace.
southern version of the Chicago Bears. They're absolutely horrible. watching a Falcon game is
But
like
as I said
watching a
earlier, there's still
Chicago
30
Cubs
minutes
game.
after like me
It's
entering Great
absolutely
Palace.
disappointing, and you question all your life's decisions.
Alright, so I guess feel free to take a guess
So,
why that is the
kinda
case.
Trying for the jackhammer on Barba here, it's not going too well so far.
I can often do my Great Palaces in
That's
like
true.
about 10-15 minutes. So
There's
feel free to
only
guess why
one
that's the case. I'm
version
gonna
of
take
the
more than 30 to do
Chicago
this
Bears
one.
that I will ever acknowledge in this life.
Like
And
significantly
that's
more
the
than 30 to do this one.
1985 Chicago Bears with the Super Bowl shuffle. Come on, you know as well as I do, Paratroopers like it, going in against Barbara, and she's saying, I'm not here to start no trouble. I'm just here to do the lava bath shuffle.
So Barba seems to be a bit more bloodthirsty than even Guma today, I hate to say it.
Drosty, that's what we should do. We should have a lot of our great runners in the Zelda 2 community
Oh god.
do the Zelda 2 shuffle.
Oh my. Oh, that's a game over
Imagine,
too,
It
dang.
would be legendary.
More like Fried Simon.
I'm just groaning at Para's game over. Poor Para.
Para is so tilted when if Para decides to come in and actually, do any type of rant in the commentary interview, we are going to get, verbally assaulted, and we're gonna have emotional damage. It's
Sorry, I'm also loving that giant bot just thrashing around helplessly on the ceiling. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
That's an
There's a fairy
angry
back
king
here.
bot. See, what happens is that there are some rooms that decide to say, we're not going to have King Bot do anything. And King Bot is silently protesting. Also, Drosy, look who's in our audience. We
Yes.
have got...
I told Gamma he had to join because the seed was going for so long.
And it's still going, by the
we
way.
have the Pika Boss, the man who I've been trying to get to adopt me as as my mentor. But because I route like Julo, he says he's allergic to me. And no, I would not be from Boo York City.
Wow, those orange Vakas.
I think I'm literally just
that's
checking
a
for
pretty
red
nice
jars here for
reward,
some
not
reason.
that we're really gonna be grinding out Life 8 here.
But there aren't any.
And Para's back at Barba and takes a lava bath.
Before even starting the fight.
It is. It's
I'm pretty sure I just
good.
also looped.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, in my GP, I looped.
It turns you from human to Stalfos. I am not coming from Jersey Shore.
I thought that was when
That's
you went
correct,
to the Dark World
technically.
without the Moon Pearl.
No, that's when you become a Pokeball. And a certain person knows exactly about being a Pokeball in the Dark World with no Moon Pearl. So, but, Drosy, do you
That
know
is
what
a
my
dead
link
end
to
on my end.
my Zelda 3 sprite is?
Who's your Zelda 3 sprite?
It's a chicken.
Of course it's a chicken.
I mean,
Yes,
first things
the
first, I
mighty
do go
cuckoo.
down a bunch of dead ends and
Cuckoo.
loops in this
the chickens
GP.
are always
for one
in
thing.
control. And that's why I say Viva Chickens.
But that's
And,
literally not even
you
the worst
know,
of it.
My chickens are actually doing such a great job in GP right now. I am so proud of them. I'm so proud.
Spicy one wasn't too much of a threat, though.
I know. But you know what? It's lulling levelengine into a false sense of security. It's strategic thinking. Even the chicken that decided to take a lava bath. It's all to make Level think that he is safe.
Hey, look at Para. She's got Barba down to one health bar.
Health, yeah.
This might be happening.
All right, it's gonna happen. Meanwhile, the bot squad
Didn't Level Engine come through this way? He's backtracking all this way.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You know, it would absolutely be horrible if Level spends so much time in GP, the Para makes a comeback.
I've seen it happen.
Oh yeah.
Dead end again.
It is known as the Great Equalizer.
Though Para still needs to get back over to East Hyrule to do 2 and 3. That is not a short walk.
No, not at all.
Plus
not
one and
at all.
plus one
And
also. Yeah, so I realize I've been there already. Been there already.
Okay.
I was able to at least fly through that locked door there.
The randomizer. There is a community room in GP that requires a key. And Level found it.
So this is where I get stonewalled. So this is a community room, as Crystal Joy just said. So this room was recently made by someone in the Z2R randomizer community. Not sure. That guy. Not sure if I want to say that guy should eat shit. The guy who made this room made it in such a way that there's a locked door in the middle, and on both the left and the right sides of said room, there are blocks you need to break with your sword, and of course the glove, but the point is, you cannot fly through this door because there will just be blocks on the opposite side you will not be able to break because a fairy can't hit blocks. So you're forced to have a key.
Is that the other side of the key room, though?
Whether it be like one of your random key drops or the any key.
Is it just
So
part
I'm
of this
forced to
little
turn
room?
around.
Or is
Out
he,
of Great Palace.
Or were those two separate key rooms that he's now stuck between, and
Well,
he's going
technically,
hunting for the magic key? Where was the magic key? I can't even remember.
Oh, it was in one of the palaces. And it was in Carrick's palace, I think.
Oh, that room.
And oh my heavens. Now you've got to grind a key. Animus. I'm so
Well, the
proud
raft
of
was in P4.
Oh yeah, the P4 was the raft.
Actually, having to grind 2 keys or find the magic key. Because to even like be able to get back to that point I was forced to turn around, the room with the locked door and the glove blocks on opposite sides, you have to go through a room with a locked door anyways, so even if you fly through that with fairy, it will eat up a key.
Guma's palace.
So yeah, it's also mandatory to go
Level's
through
got
a
to
room with
grind
another
keys.
locked door, which will eat up your key no matter how you go through it if you have one.
So
Plus,
of course,
that
right.
room
He's
you
not gonna
cannot
go for
just
the magic
skip
key,
with
not for
the
that
fairy
reason.
spell, so 2 keys.
I am so proud of Animus. He rolled the once in a lifetime, guys. You get to see the one nasty room of GP, and that is the key room. Oh, this has just been a great birthday. And we get to come in together, Drosy.
See it end before my bedtime, please.
Well, I'm team insomnia, so
We'd
I'm
hope.
okay.
I just really want it to end at this point, but it just
You know,
wasn't
after the
gonna
last scene
end
I caught,
anytime
I
soon,
thought this
apparently.
would be like an hour and a half max.
I was expecting to be done by now at this point, honestly. But literally being forced to just leave Great Palace and either find the magic
Oh,
key
nice.
or just
Imagine
somehow
that.
find 2 random keys lying around in palaces.
I
Not
always
just
thought
one,
there was
but
just
2.
one community room that had the key, but if there is 2, that's even worse. 2 keys.
Absolutely. And if I would actually go through with the approach to look for 2 keys, let's say if I would get one, I would be just strongly disincentivized to go down any path with a locked door that would just eat up my key even if I use fairy to try and fly through it. So if I get that first key, like, that would also theoretically limit my options for the second key. Assuming there are keys lying around in these palaces in the first place to just go
For
claim.
those who think that Animus is not...
Or just also
the
try
key is
and get
gonna
the
end
keys
on
off a
Drosty's
random drop.
birthday.
The 2 keys, so I had to do it twice.
And my birthday's in June.
We get to party for a year. Let's go. Let's go.
So far, my drops are consisting of pea bags.
Claimed for a year. And
Little Engine may grind out Life 8 at this rate.
I don't know.
yep, an 11-month race, y'all. This is going to be one for the record books. And we have to thank our restreamer extraordinaire, Animus United, for this.
Plus, at this point, I'm just hoping to find rooms in palaces I have not yet been, hoping maybe those just have keys lying around to just take. Yeah, just looking for spare rooms with random keys in them.
In just 9 minutes.
Your non-birthday?
Then hoping I can find another room without using the first key I found.
Mark.
And this is why the 2-hour mark comes around with me still not having finished.
And Animus says my seeds are bad.
This...
After having run Z2R for nearly 4 years now,
this
is a complete anomaly.
Forfeit. Was that last year's standard tournament?
Yeah, I think Animus probably rolled that one too. See, this
Double
is what
forfeit.
happens when you love upstab. You end up with seeds like this. I'm so proud of Animus. I'm over here about to, like, cry from the happiness.
I'm also crying, but it's not from the happiness.
Well...
Oh boy.
Oh, and
Close one on Para's
disappointment
end.
for Level Engine, thinking if I go to a dead-end room, I'm totally gonna get a key. And that dead-end room said, not today, buddy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was looking for rooms like that might have keys, but
working very well.
one up. Not gonna help.
Oh, Drosy, someone's offering you a lifeline.
And as Animus is commenting, it is an odd choice by Para to do the Valley of Death in P2 before doing P3, because now she's either going to need to walk out of the Valley of Death afterwards to get to P3, or she'll have to traverse Death Mountain yet again to get back to East Hyrule.
Yeah, it's probably faster to just go back through Valley of Death at this point.
Well, I guess Para at this point is so tilted that it's just a Paga's mate, let's go.
I mean, Para's probably wondering how Level Engine hasn't finished yet, and if she only knew.
I know, this is some like, hello darkness, my old friend kind of stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Imagine if Para came back with the biggest...
That was the room with the raft I went in, by the way, so I've been here already.
I mean, Animus would be everyone's Pog champ.
I think I soon started to get the hint
Like,
I wasn't
you're
going
my
anywhere with
little
this dive
Pog
into
champ
4.
To Animus, anytime you see him in chat. And look at that key that Para just passed by dropping.
Because she doesn't need it.
I know, but you know, we got Level Engine who's literally key starved. He's key starved. Oh, this is great. Oh, I'm so glad I went and left and got me some water.
So yes, Para does in fact get to catch up, and well, of course, as we already like still knew like from like an hour ago,
So
she's still playing. And even at this point, I was still like more or less leaning towards Para having forfeited. Said that's enough, and also no signs from her in like the next hour, so I assumed that was it for her, but no idea she was gonna be able to just, yeah, obviously she'd be able to catch up from me being forced to just dip out of Great Palace, yeah.
Oh, we haven't
being forced to
seen
dip from
Medicine
that.
Cave yet.
And then I go here hoping it's maybe the magic key or something. Figured also just, let's check a couple places. Haven't been yet. Maybe the magic key could be there.
This would probably be our last magic jar if I had to guess. Oh, it is a magic jar, they're saying.
Yeah. I didn't need that, though.
Okay, so which magic jar didn't Para get, then? Gets her final heart container. Where is Level Engine even going? Is he going back to Death Mountain? I guess he'll get his cross out of Spec Rock.
I don't know. Yeah, now that I think about it, Spec Rock seemed like also another natural choice. I decide after just a failed dig into Palace 4 to look for spare keys to look for the magic key.
And remind me, P5 was Three-Eyed Rock?
Yes.
Maze Island, probably. Three-Eyed Rock
So
P1.
we have to go back to Three-Eyed Rock to actually get
Maze
the
Island.
any key.
Yup.
Yeah, Buzzy,
Oh
hi.
man.
1 hours,
Paris-
57 minutes in.
This
I'm just wandering
could
around the
be a
overworld and picking up my
sniper
cross. Instead of just having been done the seed like 40 minutes ago.
We still haven't found
one-
a candle.
Yeah, but the comeback is
And Para
still
is
on,
trying to make a
and
comeback.
If you think about it, because P1, you know, you're in essence
So basically,
only needing the medicine.
yeah, found a
So
room
you
in
can
Great
get
Palace
thunder.
that forced me to leave.
And once you get thunder,
I need key
you
for it and I don't
you
have
are in
keys.
essence
And I'm not
in
finding
go
keys
mode.
either.
So she's in a pseudo go mode.
And now, as we discussed, she has to get all the way out of Valley of Death. And it looks like she doesn't feel comfortable with fairy feet either.
Yeah, so of course I get out of Valley of Death faster, assuming I hit my fairy feats. I mean, fairly often I do, but of course I can
Yeah,
miss them
'cause
too.
I'm sensing a death on the horizon pretty soon.
Ooh, dang.
Especially no magic to cast life.
Oh, that's... oof. Rip.
So,
Like there.
yep.
Still 2 lives at least.
I didn't mean to
Still
call
has
it.
lives.
Yeah.
Um,
Meanwhile, we have level engine Dora the Exploring.
I think I'm here to take this lady's item, like the magic
Hoping
container lady
against
item.
hope, Grandma has the key.
Or Spell
And
Tower has it.
no, Grandma didn't
No,
have the key.
she's
Hoping that
already
Spell
he
Tower.
got the medicine from Grandma.
Yeah.
Now he will be getting his last magic jar from the Spell Tower.
Hooray.
Yeah, so long story short, like, I need a key to get through a specific room in Great Palace. The room's constructed in such a way that the locked door is in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'm
And
a
on
bit concerned
both
as well,
sides,
Animus.
There's blocks you need
'Cause
to
if
break
you
with the
think
glove,
about it,
so
you know, you're playing
need
in
to
a
be able to
tilt
just
state.
hit those blocks with
You
your
know,
sword. And if you turn into a
literally
fairy
trying
to
to
pass the
figure
locked
out
door, you
Why
can't hit the
is
blocks as a
this
fairy,
series
so
still going?
just ferrying through the door is just not an option, so
What
you
DeVito
physically
did she
are
get
required to
for
have the key.
medicine at least?
Or
No,
a key
I
or
don't
something.
think so.
Oh no, so she doesn't even know it's in
Plus
the
there's a
east,
room
so I think
before
she's
that
checked
with a locked
everything
door
in West
too in
by now.
RGP, so
Yep.
that means you need at least
And
2 keys.
everybody get your happy celebratory emojis out.
Yeah, just further, like, pushing me towards looking for the magic key as opposed to just trying to find 2 random keys in palaces or just off the corpses of slain enemies.
Because we are at the 2-hour mark. 2 hours of Z2R goodness.
Level Engine has 8 magic bars and 8 life bars. How often do you see that? At 777 levels.
And still unable to finish.
That is a truly what the heck moment.
Yeah. And
think
the
I'm signing
fact that
P1
we've
here?
been here for 2 hours. 2 hours. You know, Desi, that's a great
Oh, we're both at P3,
emoji
but
to
for different
use.
reasons. Also, I think
Mariah,
here...
you need to play one of my seeds instead of dodging it.
Yeah, I think there was also a point where I just could not remember, like, which items I have found in which palaces, so... I could not for the life of me remember exactly, like, which palaces I've dug the items out of, so... I kind of want to steer clear of those looking for the magic key, because I couldn't remember if I even, like, dug the item out of Palace 5 or Palace 2 or whatever.
Maybe he doesn't want to dip P
Or even Palace 3
again after all. Too bad we could have had a high five.
But then I remembered
they really
there was just the
needed,
useless
Desi?
red jar in there, which I know I won't be able to make use
No,
of here.
you can play my seed online, Animus. Stop.
I literally do not remember which palaces I've dug the items out of,
the
so...
mirror shield, Desi.
I think I dug something out of one, but
Hey,
I'm back
here's
here
Ringo
anyways, because I
and
just
Knack.
can't remember. After 2+
That's what we
hours,
discussed.
I just cannot remember, like, which items I've dug out of palaces.
No, it's dodge. It's a polite
Aside from the
dodge.
raft in 4. Or also, like, whatever in
Remember
6.
when Level Engine had a 4-gem lead?
Turn into a 1-gem lead.
Spell Tower actually is Hera Basement. It actually is Hera Basement. And Mirror Shield is the reflect spell. So we actually do have it.
I think there was a heart container in here, or a magic container. Now that I remember, but... yeah, that's not what I need.
But one thing though, Animus,
Para literally going to P1,
copy
but also
and save the
but for
seed,
literally a
'cause
different
I'm
reason.
gonna redeem it and give it to Home Wrecker.
What's
And then I just
Parrot
die.
doing? New Kasuto is right below her. She just needs to talk to Grandma.
There I get a
Now
key.
Level Engine gets his key.
And then this is where I realize
That only took half an hour, right?
I could just kill the bots here over and over again until I get my
But
second
he
key.
needs one more. He needs one more key. One more.
So, okay, so how I think this works, I think like every 6 enemies you kill in a specific enemy pool, so the bots are all in the small enemy pool, so I think with every 6 you kill, you get your next drop. And there are 4 bots in that group right there. There's a cluster of 4 of them that all just die super easily. So, in like 2 iterations of just going off the screen and going back to kill the bots, I'll see my next drop every 2 iterations,
And,
at least.
you know,
Yeah, that's my
just
thought
grind
process
it out.
behind just
Mariah.
starting to grind the
Right.
4 bots out at a time.
Salem, the magic key, I believe, is here in P5. If Level Engine keeps diving, he will find it.
Except this isn't P5.
Oh, this is P1?
With
Ah!
Power's in also.
Where was P5? Maze Island?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I remember this.
This is what
After
2
2
hours
fucking
does to me.
hours. And still going.
Oh yeah, I should have figured because they're both in the same freaking palace.
Doing different things, though. If it wasn't for that stupid key
Beautiful.
block, I'd be done by now.
Absolutely beautiful. And, you know, literally,
Extra life drop.
once Paratroopa goes through and beats Horsey Head, we got an almost tie ball game.
It was a
And
magic
hey,
container.
there's her,
Power just picked
big
it up.
Magic jar.
Yeah.
P-bag.
And what do you say?
That would
What
have been
do you
nice at the
honestly
beginning,
say?
500,
This
but...
could.
This
This
would be
could
the
be
greatest
awesome.
comeback of all time and the worst seed of all time.
Yeah, because Paratroopa actually, you know, remember when she said, "That's enough for me"? Goes to show you never give
That
up.
was over an hour ago. Yes, She does need to remember after this to go just south of here to
100.
Pseudo, and get the medicine.
I don't fucking need that.
Meanwhile, on Level Engine side, we have the bot dance and getting everything but what you want.
Still, like, 3 minutes later, still just pushing for that second key. I mean, if that Great Palace didn't generate with the other, like, room with the locked door, I'd be out of here by now.
We're gonna hear about this from both runners.
I'd just
So
go straight back for GP right now,
we should have
but
Animus doing
I'll only be doing that with my second
for the
key.
ending interviews, so that way they could express their joy to the person who rolled the seed.
Well, as Restreamer, he'll come on here anyway eventually, right?
Yes.
There it is.
Right.
Oh my!
Oh, here we go. We're back. We're going back to GP now.
Yeah,
And then I'm going
okay,
immediately
it's
for
definitely
GP at
the
that
better
point.
path than going all the way back through Death Mountain.
Yeah.
I would agree with that play by Level Engine.
Absolutely. No way possible do you want to do that kind of traversing all over again. You just don't want to do it. And
You may have to do the interview, though. My brain is way too fried. And I don't think Level Engine came this way in P1, so I don't think this is gonna get Paratroopa to Horsehead.
no.
Could be misremembering. Oh, this looks like it is Horsehead. Okay, I guess he did come this way.
Para literally managed to just get, I think, the 4 gems placed that she hadn't placed in the time it took for me to get 2 measly keys.
You know what made tilt Para even more? That time out that she took.
It's only like a minute. It just felt like a long time.
Oh, it was only a minute?
Thought it was like 5.
Yeah, it feels like a long time when a runner's not doing anything for a minute or so, but it wasn't that long a time out, all things considered.
All right, Para, you gotta try to get Thunder. Remember, Thunder.
Oh, no! No! No, no, no!
No, what? What did I miss?
Oh no. Ripperoo, everyone. Get your Ripsy sodas out.
This is now Level Engine seed to lose once again.
Yeah.
I'm
We were
pretty sure
looking
she's
at
going
the
for it,
comeback
though.
of the century, folks.
She's getting Thunder,
And now
though.
she's going to learn that the medicine is in the east. And going
Oh
to
my gosh, she doesn't have it?
question some life decisions.
Oh, no!
Wait.
Para doesn't have it?
Tracker.
Unless the tracker is not
You're
doing their
supposed
job.
to be the one watching it.
Oh no, Para doesn't have it.
Let's
Think she
see.
did when she got the 6 container in NK? The water of life?
Oh,
Okay,
Had
she
it.
must have gotten it. When
let's
we...
go. No Ripsy soda.
Okay.
Did I say Ripsy soda? I said
Yes.
drink a Coca-Cola. Animus.
Yeah, that made the seat closer than any of us would have expected, really.
This was just, as the seed roller, hoping for more chaos. So he was, intentionally mistracking to get up more hype for more chaos.
Yeah, that definitely already makes it closer.
What he does to me in
Granted, Para still has to
Phasmophobia,
enter Great Palace.
He'll take me into the really big levels.
And I know where to
then
not
leave
go in
me,
here as well.
And then I'm there
As opposed
crying
to
for
Para,
my
I know where to
mortal
not
soul.
go.
So
I've
yeah,
already been down
this
several
is
wrong paths.
shenanigans. All right, let's go. We could see. Imagine if Paratroopa does God tier routing.
Boy.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see an Eon drop. I haven't seen one in a while.
Me neither.
Like, with all the community rooms, they never have good old Eon drop anymore.
Yeah, so this is the room where you have to break these blocks.
Okay, my Discord is just going crazy with people talking about deviled eggs.
Unlock the door. without flying through it, so you actually literally gotta use a key.
Well, I asked for Mariah to play
And then there's these blocks. Cannot break these as a fairy because you can't actually hit stuff.
one of my seeds, and I don't ever hear you say, give Krista what she wants.
So now I can finally continue.
Rude.
Yeah. This is one for the books. Right here. This is one for the history books.
At least we've explored so much of GP, at least on Level Engine's side, that hopefully Dark Link isn't too far behind T-Bird once we finally find T-Bird.
Okay.
Or I would have been hoping Power
Moment
would
of
just go the
truth
wrong
time.
way like I did, but...
We could have Drosy.
Yeah,
a
I was still
snipe.
maybe assuming she wasn't even in the race. Just said fuck it like an hour ago, but... That's where I was wrong.
Good luck on seeing that Attack 9 guy.
Animus...
You know as well as I do.
From what I heard, I know I didn't have upstab. I didn't know about Para. It was later confirmed she didn't have upstab either, but I knew I didn't have
Those
it.
who play Final
And then I'm coming up to
Fantasy,
this room.
Upstab is like getting the Vorpal sword.
Oh, hey!
Yes, this room. You need the upstab to get past these blocks. Or so that's what we thought.
Upstab room!
I have both fairy and jump, and I think I vaguely remember Mirai setup to just not need the upstab and still get through this room.
No, it's a
So yeah, being this far into like Great Palace with no upstab and the means to maybe just cheat my way through, I decided to go for
reverse
it.
down stab block.
I vaguely remember the setup, and after clearing all those blocks out, I feel like I'm on the right track. This is where I have to just clip
Be done
into
without
this gap
needing
in the
silly
top right
upstab.
corner of the blocks I
Hush.
cleared out thus far. By jumping backwards like
Upstab
this.
is the Vorpal sword.
I should clip and I
It's
did.
trash.
And then one more layer of blocks to somehow clear out with jump height and just hitting a specific angle to get through. And that'll do it. And that does it.
What was that? What was that upstab block? Ew.
It was either that or just
no,
go
katana,
back through Death Mountain to
katana's
Darunia in the
1,000
east to get the
times-
upstab
I'd
and then
rather
come back
have
through
a
here
katana
again.
-3 over a Vorpal sword. Because I am a solo thief, just like Will Bloodworth. I'm his student. We don't do Vorpal swords.
Hey, birds.
You know what we need here right now? We need Adirondack Rick, because he
Ouch.
loses his mind during trash seeds like no one else I know.
You know, Drosy, do you know that Rick has an actual channel command against me?
I was not aware of that.
And yeah, I'm willing to
Yeah,
bet this
he
is the
has an
trashiest seed
actual
we've ever
command
seen in
against
Z2R.
me.
Trashiest seed I've
so
ever seen,
sad.
probably hands down.
Because, you know, I always
Trashiest seed in
hijack
history, though, I don't know.
His,
With everyone
channel.
else who's ever played it. And yeah,
Hey.
just to confirm, yes, there were no other forks in the road or anything in between, like, the mandatory key room and the upstab block, so you had to do that to get the Thunderbird.
T-Bird! We
You had to
hardly
do that
knew
to get
you.
here.
Hey, Thunder Chicken, what's up, buddy? No, the chicken.
And
the
yes, I have to
command
fight
is
this thing, like,
actually
over 2 hours
exclamation
into my
point
run.
Krista Joy. And it talks about how I always ask him to hover all the turtle rocks.
So of course I
for
mess up and
fun.
take a hit
And
early
we're
on where it's
literally
easy.
At 2 hours and 10 minutes when we get to Thunder Chicken.
Thankfully it goes down pretty quickly with my
But
attack
then
7.
again, I do ask Yamachu to, you know, hover Turtle Rock too. I also ask Yama to try to go to the dark side and become a clown router.
And then just
Oh,
holy
I
shit,
thought
what
you
comes
know-
after
oh,
this?
What do you know?
Dark Link, guys. Get
Dark
your
Link right behind Thunderbird because we had to explore the entirety of GP to get here.
And
was
also
no
a bunch of stuff
snipe,
outside of
but
GP to get here.
You gotta
After
give it to
exploring
Paratroopa.
GP to get here.
Oh yes, I mean, coming this close is quite an accomplishment with how far behind and how tilted she was.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, Power was at like
So
2
get
gems
your
placed out of a
cookies
6
in chat for
out of the
level
total
engine
6
here.
when I was going in GP, and she finished in GP
yes,
when I,
please
well,
do.
she got to
Get
GP
your
when I
GGs.
officially
Also,
finished.
I think Para just got the notice
At that fucking time, though.
Level has finished.
2:13:57.
Quote from Para in the race room, "Thank the fucking Lord."
Will any of them be wanting to say anything on the air? I will be, customer support.
This is definitely like the part of the run I was
Any
waiting
of us
for.
still have our minds at this point.
I was waiting for the interview more so than any other run up to this point, to be honest. First place, 2 hours, 13 minutes, 57 seconds from fucking me.
Sorta. Even though chat had too much fun at my expense and the way I talk, but it's okay. So we got moved to the interview screen. Are they willing to say anything that won't get us fined? I don't know.
It's gonna be tough to hold out on that, to be honest.
No. I don't see anybody in the waiting room. Animus, did you ask if they wanted to complain? We don't mind tell you from New York. Nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, Paratroopa is in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and move her down. Hello, my friend. I know that you
Still
have
alive,
a lot
apparently.
to talk about and rant at the person who rolled your seed.
A lot less to talk about than you'd think, because I basically gave up like an hour and a half ago. But then I kept playing, so I was like, well, I don't want to give up, because that seems kind of rude. Like, people are watching. You guys are working hard on the commentary. So I should at least give it my best attempt, because, what else am I going to do? And so I kept playing, because Death Mountain was just so frustrating. I was so tired.
Got one hell of a rebound,
I'm
though.
like 30 minutes behind. But I kept playing, and I got to Great Palace somehow, because I don't know what happened.
And then I show up.
Please explain.
Well, the person who went on a key hunt, this GP actually had 2 versions of the wonderful community key room. So Level had to dip out and actually farm keys.
2 keys.
Oh, you don't have magic key.
Or find the magic key, but
Oh, I got the hint for it.
between those two.
I don't remember what the hint for it was, but I got the hint, and it was in 5, and so I went and got that. I didn't realize that made such a huge, difference.
Yes, you were able to complete 4 palaces. Roughly about 4 palaces.
What? I was stuck. What happened exactly?
Well, Paratroopa was a wee bit behind you. And while you were on doing the Dora exploring for the key, for 2 keys,
It was 2 keys.
Paratroopa. Yeah, you versus the bots.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that key drop off of one of the bots, and I just, I know there was 4 of them in that room. I figured, let's just grind the second key, because there's like 4 of these to kill at a time, so...
Still going,
every
JC.
other iteration of just entering and re-entering that room and killing the bots, there should be like a random drop. And just rinse and repeat till the second key shows up.
Took about 3 minutes, but...
Yeah,
it showed up!
I got the hint for magic key in 5. I think it was like in Nibiru, maybe? I don't remember. It was somewhere in the east.
Nibiru.
Somewhere in the... I didn't find it.
Yeah,
I
did. I went straight to 5 and looked for the magic key. And I guess that saved like a ton of time in this seat, because otherwise I must have been like way behind otherwise, because
would have been done a lot sooner.
Just the palaces in general with the locked doors.
Yeah, I originally got stuck in Death Mountain and didn't know what to do. I couldn't figure out how to get through it, so I left. I tried 4, which has a useless raft that doesn't do anything. But I got the raft out of 4, but I ended up using my keys. I dropped a key and then left the room accidentally without picking it up. I was really mad. And then I tried 6, and it was just I couldn't get through. I didn't have high enough levels to like survive it, so I was like, I don't know if the item was in 6, but it's probably nothing actually.
I couldn't really survive 6 for too long either.
Yeah.
I did see its item though,
So, yeah,
but didn't help us
blocks in
much at
general
all.
were really bad. But once I got the magic key, that opened things up. But I figured that I was way behind. So at one point, I stood up, I went to the bathroom, I'm like, I guess I'll come back and play, but I was annoyed.
So is Animus here at the moment? I'm guessing, like, who rolled the seed?
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, apparently according to, like, in the race time room, it said, like, Animus typed out the command to have the bot generate the seed, so I was pretty sure it was him, but I just wanted to confirm.
It was Animus that rolled this beautiful seed, and
Beautiful,
Alan
my
generated
ass.
the flag set. So,
Yeah, I don't like
pick your
these.
choice.
Fun to
I
watch
really
though,
don't
I
like
guess.
this vanilla overworld West. I've never done this before. I've never had a seed that was vanilla overworld West, but they're really bad because you can't really go anywhere. You kind of have to go to Death Mountain. And,
But, yeah.
I don't like Death Mountain. so
Just
I got
very
stuck there for a
fantastic to
while.
watch,
I
though.
didn't realize. I got the boots. I was like, well, these boots are useless, but I forgot that you can walk on water on Death Mountain.
Yeah, I meant to say
That's how
fascinating
you
to
get
watch this
the
seed.
second half. The whole time I figured that there was a way to get down there, I kept looking for it and I couldn't find it. But there is no way, you just have to walk over the water, so that's it.
Okay, so Animus and the United, if you're watching this, or you're gonna just rewatch the VOD later, you should get banned for rolling this seed.
I would like to say that this was a seed
Animus!
that should be framed in a museum of how bad it was.
I'm gonna guess he didn't get banned,
I'm
though.
so proud of you for rolling such a great birthday gift for me.
Honestly, like,
Oh, happy
your
birthday.
guess as to whether or not I was being dead serious
Not
with him
your
being banned
birthday
for this.
anymore because the seed's been going that long.
Easily the worst seed I have ever played.
It started when it was my birthday, okay?
So spectacularly a disaster that I literally just had to re-upload it, basically, on my YouTube channel.
It didn't even start off that good.
No, it was terrible the entire way through. All of this was
You were
terrible.
grinding out levels and everything
I
just to
hated
like
this.
not
Like-
die on every screen.
Sure,
I was stuck in the early game for so long. I don't think I cleared my first palace until like an hour and 15. I was just like,
56
this
to
is
clear
so-
mine.
of my first gem. And I've done like a handful of seeds. Granted, on a majority of those, there was the flag set to just have boss rooms exit the more palace, so that would just imply that boss rooms could appear way earlier in palaces, but still, that's besides the point. I've had like a few seeds where I have literally completed them in the time it took to place the first gem tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. How far
Two
away
sub
was I
50s.
from finding Darkling? Just out of
I think
curiosity,
both of
was
those
it
I had
close
boss
or-
rooms exits of more palace on though.
I didn't see any of the key rooms yet, so
I have to rewatch the VOD and tell you.
There was like when you went up an elevator room, you needed to go and take a left to go through a
Oh, yeah,
linear
so go
pathway,
okay.
and you.
So did Power
Oh, yeah, I
even
think they're stuck
find
in
like
the
the magic key? Well, did Power even find like the locked door with the blocks on either side?
Not yet. So I must
Yeah,
have been a little bit far away. I was probably good. I don't know if I was going to game over or not. I was kind of in a rough shape.
But did you ever find the room that it was just mandatory to have a key to pass because of the glove blocks on
No.
opposite glove blocks on both sides?
I
No,
never
I
went the
didn't
right
find
way though.
There was also an upstab block room too.
Oh my god, I don't have upstep.
I didn't either. I, still
I
got
didn't
through.
care that much.
Oh, you did?
Well,
Okay.
Here
I
is
did the Mirai
level-
setup.
Mirai setup.
I just remembered
level two,
Mirai's
the nice
setup
upstabs.
well enough to bang it out
I
in the
don't know
race.
how to- I don't know how to do that, so I probably would have needed to go
Learned
back
how
to
rather
upstep.
recently
So
because
it turns
eventually I
out it
feel
doesn't
like I'll
matter,
need
and I
it
gave
to
up on the
just
seed.
be
I
like
am
relevant at the
proud
highest
of
level of
levelengine
Z2R competitiveness.
Showing that upstab is never needed. Thank you, Level. You have ended the debate. Everybody was like, oh my god, it's an upstab block. No, you don't need...
Wondering where you will absolutely need it, but of course the one I got through wasn't one where it's absolutely required.
Yeah, there is one that
And
is
having
required.
place here. Plus, if
Yeah,
you
but
don't have full
enemies-
parry and jump, you're not getting through that with no upstep.
Yeah, you need fairy and jump for that.
Yes. Yes. That's true. That's very true.
I had both.
Oops, dokie. I know that we probably could talk at least another hour about how much of a dumpster fire seed that is. And we can give pride to Animus who rolled said dumpster fire.
Like I said, it should be hanged into a museum of how bad this seed was.
I know. Both of
Well,
you.
technically, it is going to a sort of museum. That museum is my YouTube channel. Like, it technically is going there.
You guys.
It's gone there,
so
basically,
great.
already.
And I know playing with full tilt, Para must have been rough.
I mean, it got funny for a while. It's just like, I'm just playing this just because out of obligation. And then at some point I was like, okay, I'm just playing. Then at some point I was like, why hasn't Level Legend finished yet? Then at some point it got funny. And by the time I got to Great Palace, I'm like, well, this is amusing. I guess I'll keep playing and see if I win somehow.
It wasn't impossible.
But, it was fun.
I could have been even unlucky with the keys.
At that point.
Or scooped.
What's that?
It wasn't totally impossible for you to win at that point.
No, probably not. Yeah, I mean, if I had gone exactly the right way or whatever, and if I hadn't lost 5 minutes earlier just not playing, it would have been pretty close actually, I think. But it's fine.
Oh,
I would have had to leave and go get up stats, so that would have wasted a ton of time.
Also, had I forfeited, would you just kept on playing till you won, or?
I don't know. Well, at that point, I guess.
It almost happened at least twice, I can imagine.
I should have said that I didn't actually forfeit, because my message was kind of ambiguous, but...
ambiguous.
I did give up for 5 minutes. It's like, no, I shouldn't be. It's rude to give up, so... But, I don't know. It was just a bad scene. It was alright. It's okay.
I don't know, I might as well just... Okay, where's the message? I'm trying to find it. Okay, yeah, the message, okay, that's enough for me, just implies that you ejected from the race.
I
ejected from the race!
Yeah, I was reading that and I was like, well, I see that message, but I don't see a forfeit, so...
I was debating it. I was like, I shouldn't...
50-50 if you ejected. And if I would have ejected, and then you would have kept on playing, and you would have won.
If you had forfeited because you thought I would forfeit, I wouldn't have taken the win on that, no.
Honestly, would have been fine with a rematch at that point.
Yeah, so would I. I would have... Well, I don't know if we'd have time, but...
I'd hope for a normal rematch. Well, I would get a more normal rematch.
Right now and just do it again, but... Nah, it worked out.
Hours.
We started our race at 10 p.m. So there was also some time that passed during the interview. Probably about 10 to 15 minutes or so after we were just officially done. So
almost.
It was almost 12:30 at night.
Sunday. Thankfully that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So no way I want to run another seed. Especially after one that gone on for 2 fucking hours.
But it all worked out in the end. Here we are. This race is over. We're all good. We're all a little bit wiser. I played
The other side.
I'm so bad in that. Okay. Well, thanks for the interview. Thank you for doing the commentary and trying and all that.
Alrighty. Drossi, you got any last words before Brain officially goes bye-bye for tonight?
What a way to end round 2.
I never calm a seed like this again.
Yeah, round 2 also had some other crazy oddity happen in the race between CS Tutor and Shaddy. I don't even know exactly how Shaddy did it, but in one of the palaces, specifically Palace 6 where Barbara's supposed to show up, he went into Barbara's room and the boss literally did not show up. The screen did not stop scrolling, and he just went right through the boss room without actually fighting anything and just placed the jab.
Get a lot of popcorn if you do.
Definitely very interesting to watch on the replay. It definitely is.
It's gonna be fun to rewatch, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, basically someone literally just skipped an entire boss fight by accident.
Yes.
Do it in one sitting, I don't think.
The best thing I think
did
we've
do it in one
learned
sitting,
today
lol.
is that we need Animus to roll all the seeds.
All.
I think level engine
All.
is. I think level engine is banned me from
All the
rolling
seeds.
seeds from now on.
Oh no, another one. And then it just left.
Well, you can't. Because if you ban Animus level, then you get me as the one rolling. and Mirai always ducks any seed that I roll, you know, with the politeness of saying it's a fire dumpster. Not even a dumpster fire.
There's like 3 more minutes to stream, but I gotta go take a shit, so I'm gonna just hit end stream right now. Yeah, so that was basically, that has to be like the single worst Zelda 2 rando seed I've ever run. That has to be. 2 hours, 13 minutes for me to finish it. I often just, on average, do these in about 75 minutes. This took almost an extra hour to do. Trails is like really, really fucking good at Z2R, and it even took him like nearly 100 minutes to beat this one. And I assume he's averaging like under 70 minutes, sometimes even faster than that. So yeah, that just really goes to show you just what kind of a fucking mess the seed was. To the point where it absolutely has to be on my channel. So yeah, that's basically it.